I don't have an intro, so you can just roll into it whenever. Where's the... No, that's fine. Did you pour already, or just throw it in the fridge?
Oh, I poured already.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, my water. Yeah, cool. I'm starting sober, and then progressively will get worse. But
Is
cheers.
how I should have
Cheers.
started because I've been drinking for the last 3 nights.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know what it was. Well, actually, I know exactly what it was. That Friday when everyone was here,
Yeah.
destroyed me. Just because I've been so lame the past couple weeks, I
Yeah.
haven't drinking anything,
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
had like 2 glasses of whiskey, 2 Coronas, and then flat on my face.
Yeah, no, my speaking of getting hammered, Snowdrift next week is last year. I got lost pretty bad, and it was to the point to where I was glitching through life, and I'm on a snowbank in the middle of a state road, county road area, and I get to the point where I watch my phone die in my hand as my buddy's ringing me, and so my next move was to hit the SOS button on my ham radio.
Oh,
Yeah,
What
thank
kind of ham
God,
radio?
as I was going bang, he showed up. But yeah, be careful on the woods drinking, I'll tell you that much. That's the story of that. I got lost for about 4 hours. They found me. All good though. But
how much of that do you remember?
actually a large portion of it. I remember getting in the car. I do not remember getting back though. They said like, yeah, we left you the car at the bar for like 2 hours. They come check on me every 30 minutes, left the car running. Great time. Do it again. Do it again.
I'd assume everyone out there has a ham radio.
To listen to the spectators, yeah. So, or not spectators, they have an amateur radio broadcast. So the only reason I had it was to like listen and be like, "Hey, racer coming around now," or "Hey, somebody flipped. This track's getting shut down." So then, as a spectator, you get up and you go to the next circuit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I have a ham radio out there and stuff like that. But then using our trusty old Baofeng, I did GMRS frequency and then was listening on the other one. So it's like even if I hit PTT, we're cool. We're all good.
Fang gang for
But I
life.
did have the whole SOS menu loaded up, ready to go. Like just
Hell yeah.
But they found me. That's all that matters. It wasn't that cold when I got frostbite. Had enough water and beer to last me the rest of the night.
That's always something to keep track of when it's cold. Never drink enough water.
Mm-hmm. Sneaks up on you, especially
Plenty
when you're
of
sweating.
whiskey, but never enough water.
It's fucking impossible to drink enough water. You just gotta keep drinking and pray.
Literally.
That's all there is to it.
Well, you're gonna have to reintroduce yourself
That I am.
because your first episode is now going to be a part of the Lost Tapes.
Nobody knows.
There will be like the audio I can parse from it. I will put out in like clips and stuff,
Sounds
but
good.
you're gonna have to start over.
Alrighty, we could start over. My name is what I go by is Quad. I'm the reason Quad comes up. There's a funny story behind it. Family's not really good at naming us. So they're just like, we'll just name him after the great great grandfather. And so I am the fourth of my name, so hence Quad. Quadzilla in the chats is actually from my aunt's nickname she gave me as a kid. Came up with it and it stuck, so I get Quadzilla, all sorts of different things. I'm an electrician. Getting ready to test for my journeyman's in the next couple months. Currently, yeah, big deals. Another tax bracket, more money to Uncle Sam with that raise, but I'm work at one of the largest non-union contractors in the state. Was a foreman as an apprentice, so you can imagine doesn't go well with the old folk when there's a bright-eyed 22-year-old at the time telling them, "Hey, you need to go do this now," or the worst is actually the customers because they're like, "There's no way this guy knows what's going on."
Oh, yeah,
Looking
dude.
down on you, it's like, "Hey, your $1 million machine is back up and running because of me."
Yeah.
But
I just turned it off and turned it back on
yeah,
again.
just connected wires, sparked
Old
this.
man.
I saw the disconnect and I went pop and I went pop and
Looking
now
back
I
and
go
forth. Exactly. There wasn't a contactor stuttering in a cabinet somewhere, anything like that. But some other stuff about me: I'm the oldest of 5 biological siblings, 8 with the non-biological. So big shoes to fill in that aspect. But
Gotta keep track of quad and all those numbers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we growing up, we got called numbers. Like if my dad just couldn't remember, he knew the order, so he just go 3. I need
thing
3 here.
8, non-blood. Yeah.
Yep. Thing 8, non-blood, half blood. Just get him one of those, even though they're not half bloods. It just could go with it. But recently, I guess you could say recently really got into firearms culture, but before I've been shooting since I was 5. There's videos of me shooting down pine trees, $half-dollar thick with a 22. Probably my favorite video of me shooting when I was young, I was probably 9 or 10, is shooting a 357. My dad loaded one chamber blank, not telling me which one it was, so it could have showed up at any moment. And no recoil, no flinch on the shot. And so I guess that's a big deal, being a young kid. And
Yeah.
ever since then, I've been hooked. I guess you could say 2020 rolled around, and we all kind of get a little bit more interested in self-preservation, self-defense, and all those things.
To say the least.
Oh yeah. And then as we sit, we are currently dropping hell on the Middle East again.
Proportional response.
Proportional response. Well,
We gave them.
you don't touch the boats. You don't touch the boats. We dropped the the sun on Japan twice for touching our boats. And then,
ooh, that's true.
What about Operation Praying Mantis? We already showed them once. We took out 75% of the Navy in like 48 hours. So
I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I had a thought driving over here.
Yeah.
To you, Mr. Cowboy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your lady's name or image being dragged through the dirt and disrespected as such as of late?
So
have you seen?
I've seen a little bit. I've seen a little bit of it, but I've also. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it.
You enjoyed them, is what I'm hearing.
The back thought,
because I know
mind. The thoughts in the back of your mind coming forward and out.
I know it's not real. So therefore, it's just anything.
It's a call to arms, man. The Swifties are well. First of all,
they're terrifying.
First of all,
they are.
You cannot find the images anymore.
Yeah, no.
Reddit doesn't have them.
Nope.
They are nowhere to be found. When else has that ever happened? You can always find the images, the videos.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
So that online, the president's son. You can find that everywhere. Still online, even before it was made public in like the trial.
It's crazy.
This happened. It blows up. It is nowhere to be found, no matter what corner of the internet you go to, and that's insane.
Yeah. Friends in high places.
But we assure you, she is not a psyop.
Or the former queen of Satan, the Satanist church. So can't forget her favorite number is 13.
13.
So is the U.S.'s, but I mean,
that's my
it's a big number. But
that's just as high as I can count. Actually, I'm very proud.
It took me till 13 to reach this thing.
What does 13 mean? I got to it last year, and it's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Taylor, man, that shit's fucking nuts.
I'm not
total
that we're gonna have just a really bad game. I mean, the Super Bowl historically is always a very bad game.
Yeah.
But now I have to deal with all of this bullshit too on top of it.
Yeah.
And I am very proud that I was in the camp before when this all started. Like, this is exactly what's gonna fucking happen. It's a plant relationship. It's not real. You couldn't have cast a wider net on everybody, and now it's for the Super Bowl, and now but there's all this election talk too about them endorsing a certain candidate as well.
I don't like it whenever celebrities endorse specific people. I think they just need to endorse going out, voting, and just like understanding who you're voting for.
Like,
because there are too many people who don't do their own thinking. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm doing what they're doing."
So
it's disgusting.
That's fucking insane how dumb people are, yes. But also, like, as a celebrity, I know they exist on a different plane than everyone else mentally. They just don't. We're not real. Like, they are the main character in every sense of, like, the word. But, like, the arrogance to be like, I'm going to tell everyone who I'm voting for. And that's a big deal. I think that's crazy.
Who's telling them, though? Because we're seeing what Snoop Dogg. We had Snoop Dogg had a music video with a decapitated head of Trump in it, and
I didn't know this.
And now we have these other politicians can do all that and defame everyone. Snoop Dogg got in trouble for it and yelled at, but now he's supporting Trump. So who told him in the first place to go down that rabbit hole and say, "Hey, we're going to do a music video"? It's actually, I think, Jesse from that boyfriend girlfriend prank YouTube channel from way back in the day.
Oh,
He, I think, was the director, and it was like
Snoop Dogg's music.
Yeah, it was. Maybe I'm missing out the
did he get there?
What is that? Kathy Griffin holding the decapitated
Yeah,
head, but I think they had like an assassination style depiction in his music video, and this was 2016, 2017, so this is like right when Trump got into office.
Oh yeah.
And it's like now you see what these other politicians can say, and now you have some of them flipping back. What, Snoop just came out and said Trump's a good guy, I like him or whatever. And dude, a couple years ago you were depicting his assassination in your music video.
Well, the guys who have a lot of money very quickly changed their tune.
Mm-hmm.
When Bidenomics started working.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, because it was I think it was Dave Chappelle. He was doing like a set, and someone in the crowd's like, "What the fuck are you gonna do if Trump gets reelected?" He's like, "Probably enjoy a nice tax cut."
Yeah. Just
And
no hesitation.
Very outspoken. I think when he was on Rogan,
Yeah.
he said like he does not like him.
Yeah.
But like objectively, like
objective. The name of the game, like fucking more money in my pockets, more money.
I think that's fucking insane that we have to like wait 4 years to have any sort of prayer and this sense of like getting some course correction or getting some relief in like taxes or like inflation. Like that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, there seems to be evidence that he should be impeached and removed.
Yes.
And then even if you want to throw all that out the window, he's cognitively not there.
Fuck no.
To begin.
There was someone, I forgot who it was. I saw a clip and I don't know how real it was, but apparently it was someone from like the Secret Service who was like everything the president does, from every step he takes, just beyond like the speech, everything he does when he's doing like an appearance and visiting somewhere, it's scripted. There are arrows on the floor. There are arrows around the doorway, on the curtains that tell you exactly where to go and how to go. So the fact that he turns into a Roomba and just starts running into things and like loses his place on like a 4x4 stage is fucking ridiculous.
So great. Shane Gillis' bit on that.
Yeah, I
so good. So good. Oh, that one and the George Washington one. It's like only a retard's gonna cross the Delaware River. Well, guess what? We got a 6'2" dude with wooden teeth that's willing to do it.
Ginger too.
Yeah, Ginger too. Yep. Maybe a daywalker. I don't know. Wooden teeth. Seems daywalker.
They were lead. They were lead.
Well, oh yeah, they were lead and a horse.
They were slave teeth too.
Yes, definitely slave. Yeah, there's a bit of propaganda that has existed through elementary school being told, yeah, he got wood teeth and horse teeth. Wasn't from.
There were some human teeth.
Humans, God forbid.
Somehow, some way.
That whole bit though, when he's going back and forth with like the slave reenactor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so funny. He pretends to be retarded.
Oh, dude, there's actually, speaking of Shane Gillis, the recent it was like one of these, it's Tony's Hinchcliffe's
Kill
Tony, and it was the guy with like cerebral palsy comes up and he goes, the worst part I found out about Shane is he was my favorite comedian until I found out he wasn't actually retarded. And this guy's saying, the best part is this guy can't speak, so he's saying it through text to speech on a notepad, and it was a back and forth conversation, and that was his response. So good.
Was Shane also or Matt also on that?
No, that was Kill Tony that happened.
There was a Kill Tony.
Oh no, yeah, I think it was. Yep, because Matt just started dying laughing.
Shane was saying some stuff to that disabled dude that was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that disabled like hand.
Yeah,
he's like pretending to be gay. He's like, I want you to choke with that whole hand.
God damn. That was Kill Tony's great show too. Like it's from what I understand is like anything kind of can go, and they're willing to run it.
I don't want to say that's the thing that kicked this whole thing off, but like, and I don't know how this is even going to work or how well it's going to work, but Bill Maher, or however you pronounce his fucking name, going back on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
And since he left, there were several conversations he had in his own podcast where he seems to be pretty, I don't know if it's
sick of it
or just sick of it all.
Yeah.
I'm highly skeptical that a big network's going to let him continue carrying on that tune, but that seems to be the angle that the show's being pitched as, so we'll see. But I don't think you can go on like cable or a TV station that big and let it fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I mean, good example of it right now is whether you like him or not is Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Like he's in Russia right now, like possibly interviewing Putin. He's said I'm willing to do it and going out there and doing it. Granted, could he at some point be controlled opposition, whatever it is?
And as crazy as he is, that is like the sort of he should obviously that's the type of journalist you'd want to see on the wide spectrum of journalism instead of every single news anchor and reporter being exactly the same, just painted a different shade.
Welcome to the 5 o'clock news today. Just in that
whole,
same shit as yesterday.
Thing, like, during,
just wild.
Flu, where it's like all the local news stations, not even the big ones, seeing the exact same talking points, the exact same word for word for word, hundreds, thousands of them.
Yep. Same script.
Yeah.
You could just lay it over.
I forgot about that video.
So you need guys like Tucker, and then you need someone like as batshit crazy on the other side doing the same thing, and you have that whole spectrum,
like a Destiny.
Different, like that's actually work getting done. You actually have like a picture being painted by crazy people instead of just one fucking message being put out by both sides. So if he does interview Putin, that'd be fucking sick. I think it's gonna be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because it's gonna be people are gonna have to sit down.
He's gonna sit down. He's gonna be like, "Have you tried these?" And he holds up like a tin of Zin.
Have you tried these?
These will change your fucking life.
Putin takes it and all of a sudden goes full judo master, brings over one of his guys, feels all pumped up, and takes him out. Just the power that I'm going to take you to Zimbabwe.
He's like, you know what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Take you to Zinascow, man. Get after it. No, it's
like, Putin takes me, he's like, oh my god, it just completely changes his life. And Tucker's like, the left's trying to ban these. Can you fucking believe those assholes? And he just fires them up.
He just fires them up. He pulls over the sergeant, prepare the nukes. Like, just.
It's like, all right, it's a step too far.
Oh, what a wild country, though, Russia is. You got just, it's an entire federation that controls a bunch of other tiny countries inside of it. And they're all not related at all.
No.
Dagestan, total Islamic state country.
It's like Putin, and then there you have like Khabib and all like the MMA guys. Yeah.
You go north, you get like Greek Orthodox and Eastern Orthodox, like straight up the scariest monks you'll ever see in your life, like the schema monks and shit. And then you go far east, and they now just look Asian, and it's just it's crazy, crazy country. But I mean, I honestly has such a beautiful culture, and it sucks that like that part of the world is so much like the U.S. All the people want freedom; they want to have wife, kids, have a great time in life, go out, do fun things. But there's people at the top that don't want it.
Damn, it's almost like the government ruins
everything that's fun.
Nice. Yeah, that's crazy.
Zins.
Dude.
Jules.
Dude, the whole Jewel thing blows my mind because Jules, they just flew too close to the sun too quickly. I'm convinced. They just overnight success. They're doing great. They're making their money, and then all of a sudden, like, well, we gotta stop this. Someone's making too much money, too much fun. You're clearly catering to like the child demographic. Really bit of a stretch if you're just looking at.
I like Jolly Ranchers just as much as a kid likes Jolly Ranchers.
Even though the packaging was very like mature, it almost looked like Apple sort of marketing, like the way they package their stuff. And so they went after that. While they're locked up in all 50 states in lawsuits, Breeze all of a sudden just explodes.
Yeah.
If you actually look at the labeling on their shit, that is way more.
Oh, yeah, it's all candy. It's all candy flavors.
It's all the pinks, the yellows, the big bold block letters, like the real fruity flavors and stuff, too. I'm like, Breeze is much more like aimed at kids, way more attractive product, just, visually for kids than actual Jewel. And they're just running scot-free with it.
Breeze is really only available in Michigan, though.
What?
Yeah. It's not a state, like, countrywide thing.
This is fucking news to me. What do you mean?
I went down to Missouri, and back whenever I was vaping and stuff, I had a couple Breezes, and people, the rednecks I was hanging around, they were like, what the fuck is that?
Did you show those cave people what fire was with that?
Dude, they were... They had no, dude. It's like they saw a spaceship for the first time.
I can't. This is news to me. I thought that shit was like national.
And I got back to Michigan, and my friend's mom was like, her stepmom was like, "I need you to go buy me a box and ship it down here." And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that.
I'm a breeze deal.
I can do that."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, they're good. Same thing. My friends in Florida showed them that. And they're like, these are killer.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
They also, at one point, had an FDA approval that other vape companies did not have.
Freaks?
Yeah, they were the only company that was using only FDA approved, like, not that they were
FDA
meant to be
approved
put
location.
into. Well, yeah, not that they were like FDA approved to be turned into a vape, but all their product that they would mix to create it was all FDA approved or something like that. But yeah, no, Breeze. You go anywhere else in the country, no one knows what a Breeze is. They all have the what are they? The like elf bars and stuff.
Elf bars.
Those ones where like,
So I've never heard of that.
oh, that
It's.
I've
I
also
want to say
never-
it's the Southern Breeze because
Yeah.
I've seen them
the
in
little
Georgia.
Columbus
I've
Breeze.
seen them in Florida,
yep.
Oklahoma City, Texas. Definitely Texas.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, those are the elf bars. Just funny things. You get all the videos out of China of them testing them with their mouth before they ship them over here.
It rips.
Yeah.
So like they're just pulling them off the line and
Yeah,
giving it
just
a rip?
Yeah.
making sure it
Making
turns
sure they
on
work.
and they could catch a buzz and
So there's some dude
You
standing
can't be
above a
mad at
table.
that sweatshop labor.
No, that's what the job is. Just puff elf bars all day.
A little 4-year-old Chinese kid tasted my elf bar.
12
Well,
cents an hour.
18-year-olds can't get a fucking drink in the U.S. Kids can't get a drink. We'll send them to war.
The reward system is so twisted from the nicotine that he doesn't need anything else. That 12 cents is going to keep him nice and
They don't even need nets on the side of the building there.
Yeah, you know what? 100% worker survival rate at the Elf Bar factory.
Oh, 100%.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that's true. What a wild world we live in. But, geez, it's just wild. There's no other way. It's just the upside down world right now. Like,
insane.
I mean, I did a little rant about the whole border thing and the potential for undocumented or like illegals to end up in the military. That really fucked me up.
mm-hmm.
There was.
You probably got a whole platoon of them that don't even speak English.
Yeah, well, like, you
Make
think
them all
about
speak
it,
Spanish.
recruiting numbers being at an all-time low, fighting wars everywhere too, because the stock market has to be held up by something.
Yes.
People are getting more and more fed up with the entire political system. So why the fuck would anybody go enlist? At this point, seeing where we're going now, like no one's convinced that by going over and bombing the rebels over in Yemen or fighting for our greatest ally is actually helping anything here.
Fuck no.
And so no one's really going to be willing to be like, yeah, let's go get them. Really, it's not really worth it. So what better way to fill those numbers with the however many states worth of people we're letting across the border?
33.
You pay them, you feed them, you house them, you give them money, and put God in their pocket, and you have the most loyal fighting force, I would think, to do and enforce whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, they don't even have to wear blue helmets too.
Those were like Lakers jerseys and stuff.
Yeah, Lakers jerseys.
You're gonna show up in like Lions NFC Championship shirts in 2024.
Lions Super Bowl.
Lions Super Bowl champs. Yes.
That'd be the horrible ass thing to see. Just a dude rolling down the street and
I'm taking that shirt as a trophy though if I smoke one.
Fuck
Better
yeah,
believe
dude.
it.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm borderline upset that we don't get those shirts. They just send them over to Africa and donate. I'm like, cool, but like I should get first dibs on that.
Right?
That's my team.
They're already here.
That's my team.
what about that guy that got the tattoo? I mean, someone always gets a tattoo.
I think he's getting that tattoo redacted, but
yeah.
Hopefully we get it before 21 something.
There was I saw something on Instagram. It was a picture of Bugs Bunny and the cowboy attire and everything, and it said "State of Texas doing whatever they were doing," and then the federal government captions like, "You need to stop that." And it's like, or what? I sent that. Yeah, that one. It was like, or what? And fucking, I sent that to my high school buddies, and the one that responded, because I know I could get a reaction out of him. He replied to me word for word, "There is no border crisis." 2 years before, I got a buddy in a out-of-state National Guard who did a border assignment in Texas to help the border patrol for a full year. This dude sent us videos and numbers for 12 months straight of how many people he saw that day, how many swam across the river. Dude, he was telling me like 400 or 500 a day, and that's just within his eyesight.
It's just him, yeah.
His eyesight.
His shift.
Yeah. His shift.
His shift alone. He's not there 24 hours.
Yeah. His shift alone.
Yeah, it's
for a year. Like he's sending us, like, sometimes he'd be on night shift and they'd be sitting in those FLIR boxes. He was sending us thermal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then,
walking.
2 years later, my other buddy's like, "There's no border crisis." I'm like, your head is so
You can
far
house
up
them.
your ass.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That's even a crazier conspiracy theory than saying like the border crisis is an invasion. To be like, there's no problem at the border.
Yeah, like
but then you look at the map.
You go on Live Leak.
The map of states that applied directly to the governor of Texas's letter when he declared like the state of invasion. If you go back to 2021 and you look at the map and the states that had sent support, whether it be in troops, aid, or resources, it's I'd say probably close to 2/3, 3/4 of the country. Sent aid directly just to Texas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's clearly something. It's not like just this huge news story to like fuck up Biden. Like he's actively fucking it up, yes, but like it's a real problem.
And then I think the numbers for how much it costs the state of Texas to send those people out to different states, I think that was like 10 million, not 10 million.
Oh,
it was a lot more than that. I just can't tell.
It's a lot.
I just don't remember the number.
Even if it's $1 a person, it's $300,000 a month just for the documented ones.
And then we're sending them all on buses and then planes back to wherever the fuck they came from. It's just
today
money laundering. If I've ever seen it,
they've been pulling maps off of these people that are coming from the same. Centers or organizations that these people are visiting before they go.
I saw you put that on your story.
Lists of resources of like what to ask for, where to go when they get there, and like literal drawn out maps of how to get into the border. And Doctors Without Borders, and there are 2 other organizations that are handing out like these pamphlets, these maps, like consistently to the people showing up at the border, which is weird. Like the money trail is going to be interesting to see where that goes, to see who's putting the maps in these people's hands, but.
CIA probably. Instead of guns, it's maps now.
Damn, I have to hate another type of map. That's
like damn.
I went to my buddy's house last night, and his girlfriend, her brother's in a band.
Yeah.
Like mildly pretty well known, I guess.
Yeah.
Different type of music that I was into, so I'm not really familiar. They just completely got nuked. Because it turns out their keyboardist was arrested for CP.
Oh,
damn.
Nobody had a fucking clue. All their tour dates canceled. TikTok has like removed their entire account because people were reporting them and saying all this hateful shit and sending death threats and stuff.
Holy shit!
Like we're dead basically. We have nothing now.
You just gotta rebrand. You just gotta change your name. Yeah, there's no other way around that.
You have to, or just ride it out, I guess, and like keep releasing statements.
Mm-hmm. Just be like, hey, like it was fuckface number 1, not associated anymore, as you can imagine.
You don't even name that piece of shit.
If you know somebody who's doing it, kill them before the police get them, so everyone knows you didn't know.
So you still have a job.
Yeah.
No, tickle them before the police can arrest them.
Tickle. Dude, for the longest time, I always thought that audio recording was saying pickle. Dude, this whole time, like, I started listening to your early episodes and everything, and dude, I swear to God, I heard pickle every single time. I was like, I don't know what this is for, but now I could put 2 and 2 together.
Tickle your local senator, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Gary Peters.
I forgot that guy's a thing. Also, our governor is MIA.
Oh yeah.
She has been very quiet.
Mm-hmm. No. After she had her little news interview where she just spouted the list out real quick.
Yep.
Like, we need diversity, equity, and inclusion.
As like a Boeing plane is just in a fireball crashing into like orbit behind her.
Yeah. Gosh. I did that bitch. Just fuck that bitch.
I'm gonna fix the roads.
for re-election.
We started. Don't even. I was driving to the range we shot at today with my dad, and he was driving his truck, and he hit a pothole. Not even I. He hit a pothole, and it pissed me off. It was that violent. I was like, motherfucker.
God,
Instantly turned into Tony Soprano. But even the freeways though, the state they're in,
brand new,
70 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Dude, I was, I only live 4 miles up the road from here, so I'm only on 75 for 10 minutes, and then I hop off, and flow of traffic today was 92. Yeah, which
getting after.
I'm in that chunk of
Sunday,
70.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and I'm in that chunk of 75 where there, you will get a ticket for that any other day of the week. It was just whatever's going on tonight, everyone. Far right lane was doing at least 85. Dude, we were all hauling. I could have just zigzagged all the way through with cruise control on, never touched the brake.
Hell yeah.
I got here in 9 minutes.
It's not going to go over 75. Yeah. I still prefer that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I do go over 75 and I'm in a turn and I hit a Michigan bump or pothole, that whole thing's just I'm rolling.
Yep. Head straight, keep moving. Yeah, the fucking roads are atrocious. Especially all the industrial roads are just fucked.
They're fucked.
They're so fucked.
I'm just thankful I don't have to drive my personal truck on industrial roads.
Oh yeah, me too.
I will hit potholes on purpose just to
I want a new truck. Company truck, new truck. I don't know what happened to the tie rod, the front axle, any of it. It's all fucked.
Suspension's fucked.
I would take suspension. I have some serious electrical problems in my Jeep now.
Yeah.
And it's a total crapshoot now as to what it is. I'll be driving, and then all of a sudden, lights will go out. They'll start flickering.
Your headlights or your cab lights?
All the above. The dash lights go out. The headlights go out and start flickering. Speedo drops all the way to 0, but the tachometer keeps running because the engine's still running. It's a manual, thankfully. I think that's why. I can still operate the car, but power steering goes, everything electrical goes.
Jesus.
Flickers. It's done this several times when I'm on the freeway. And I'm like, please come back to life now. Any second, I need to survive. It'll come back. And then it will just kind of sporadically go. And I've tried to figure out what it is, taking it to several places to get a diagnostic run. Battery's fine. Alternator's fine. The leads on the battery are fine. It's the fuse box. I'm now 90% sure. Because when it's snowing and or raining, that actually happens.
Oh,
I think there's moisture
water
finding its way into the fuse box. Which on a Jeep you would not think would be a problem, considering they're supposed to be these off-road machines.
Trail rated, stamped on the side.
But a little snowstorm, and I might as well be, horse and buggy. So that's cool. Jeeps suck.
Yeah.
I love my Jeep. It's objectively a terrible car. It's a terrible car.
That it is. Fun as fuck though, off road. But I got a similar issue in my work truck. I believe there's water in the limit switch for the hood being open and closed. So my car's locked and it gets cold. My panic alarm goes off. So I got up about 4 times in the middle of the night fucking Friday after I got home from here.
Yeah.
Just to fucking go turn off the panic alarm. And I got to the point where it's fuck all the rest of the shit in there. I just left it unlocked. See what happens.
Got Glock with irons. What is that, 100 so yards away on this guy? He's going to hit him?
They don't train enough. Fuck no.
Fox Business has cops on this TV right now, and it's been the same 3 episodes playing. I don't remember this one. This looks new. Oh, they got him.
Unfortunate.
Nice place you got, dude.
I could see he was halfway done with the back porch.
I think he's got snacks and what's supposed to be an IFAC.
Yeah.
Oh, what's crazy? So this guy led him on a chase to his house. So he was probably disposing of something.
That would definitely be a good guess.
It's the RVCA flat bill that gives it away. You already know he's doing something.
Nike SBs.
Just the straight goatee too.
Yeah, goatee.
Patch from the beard going.
No mustache.
Vans t-shirt. Jeez.
It's like the Mennonite goatee.
Oh yeah, he was
What's in that
definitely
shit?
hiding rid of something. It's too funny.
I kind of can see how that guy talks. He know exactly how. I've had conversations with the guy
I
just
want to
like
know
that.
how much Fox paid for the rights to show Cops. This is an interesting
Yeah.
move.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But also, I
Probably
feel
too
like the
much.
right demographic who watches Fox is going to just go right into an episode of Cops, and they wouldn't even reach for the remote.
Yeah.
No,
They're just like, oh, let's see how this goes.
All right, I just watched Hannity's rant. Let's go watch some,
watch
police
Cops.
brutality. Let's go.
Oh, definitely.
Let's go watch some people escalate the traffic stop.
YPD was good though.
That I do remember.
YPD was good. Just we're gonna tune in to Florida. Oh, it's a naked lubed up a guy again, and then we're gonna cut back to Oklahoma City. Just another form of chaos.
Well, they're bringing back the Most Wanted again.
Oh, that'd be killer.
No, they are. Like, I think they announced they're bringing it back. Like America's Most Wanted.
They didn't actually get anyone.
The phones and shit.
They're just gonna tell us about it.
Surely the police are doing a good enough job. Like, okay, listen.
Probably 90% of them are at the border right now.
True crime podcasts are a huge thing. TikTok's a huge thing. Everyone's got a phone. We're gonna find anyone we want to with this right now,
dude.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of scary. Like anyone, you could fucking just the outreach you could get from those platforms is
they
obnoxious.
can come up with a completely made up story. But
you could put my face on the TV,
wanted. Yeah,
and I'd have like 12 people at the gym instantly.
Kill his parents or whatever.
Yeah.
Find him.
Yeah,
and people would find you. But
yeah.
none of that's true.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's a Black Mirror episode.
mm-hmm.
Is that really?
No, it could.
Hold on.
What is a Black Mirror episode? Is all the fucking meme videos coming out of people like walking through the city with that new Apple Vision
It's
Pro,
so fucking hilarious.
like flashing gang signs as they walk, dude.
I watched someone like walking the street and like literally in New York, and he's of course he's a big guy, and he's just acting like he's Tony fucking Stark, just in the
yeah.
First of all, you gotta be a fucking moron to be walking around with that on in general, but in
in New York,
in like a city.
Oh god, yeah. There's one of a kid in like a Chicago subway wearing it. It's like dude, someone's gonna rob you.
Fucking mind on the subway, dude. People just. Well, it's not the New York subway, I guess, but I can't imagine the Chicago subway's any better.
No, it can't be any better. They cannot be any better. Speaking of the New York stuff, you had those guys beat the shit out of that cop.
But let off.
Yep, and our Marine over here is still facing charges.
That I don't think any of them are gonna stick.
I think they're already in California now. Those guys that beat the cop, they got out on no bail, like literally just let go.
Like 100K.
Yeah, it was 100K.
Yeah.
So who paid it? They have 100K sitting around. Oh, I guess you got to pay 10%, but each one of them is 100K. Yeah. They got 10K laying around.
There's never gonna pay it back.
Yep.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I guess it's gonna be a 23% APR loan on your bail.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias, senor.
And like that.
Going back to Mexico.
That
never
find me.
I recorded a quick one that I didn't put out just because of time.
Yeah.
Before this, the chick who stabbed her boyfriend over 100 times.
Oh yeah, on weed.
Literally took a couple hits of like a blunt or something and just stabbed her boyfriend 100+ times, killed him, and then said she had like a psychotic break just from smoking weed.
Which can happen. Like it can,
if you
but
have like certain like schizophrenic
tendencies
or it runs in your family, you can break. Yeah.
Sounds like she's tried it before though, and it's like a break like that. Who knows? They're probably doing something else.
Only dating for 3 weeks.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Poor dude.
And she only has community service.
No fucking way.
Yep.
Dude,
that's nuts.
Dude, I don't understand. Like, so I do understand that actually, but like, I think it's just a great example of how silly it is to think that like, just like politicians, judges are these objective do-gooders who are like professionals. You trust them because they're somehow above everybody else. No, they're fucking humans with biases and political biases, and they're gonna act them out in their own interest on their job. And it just so happens their job ruins like people's lives.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's like I deal with the fucking New York subway, the vet Penny, I think his last name was, and the fucking illegals who curb stomped that cop. Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Or the fact that our actively sitting vice president kept people in jail with information that would have exonerated them.
Nope, she had one of the best records, though.
Yeah, best records.
She did such a good job of locking up the black and brown people.
Yep, and can't even keep a staffer of color.
Was that true?
That's an interesting stat.
Yeah,
I forgot she existed.
Let's crack open the Kirkland liquor. What
do we got here? Like
Kirkland spice rum.
Oh, that's what that is?
Here, actually, give me another one of those high noons over there.
I haven't had rum in a minute. Let's... About to be in high school again. This is going to be a splash.
Thank you, sir.
I'm notoriously not a rum guy. Rum.
I can only do it with Coke. I can't drink straight liquor.
I can do a little straight stuff. I'm so straight.
Super straight. Remember that? The fucking Instagram account, like super straight, when they had the super gay stuff. Oh, they had those people there. It was some like social media push where it's like for like super gay, and then so and this account was getting thousands of followers. So then another group came forward. We're gonna call ourselves super straight, and they used the Pornhub colors, orange and black. And dude,
Oh, you know what?
saw a little bit. Yeah, that was solid. That was solid. Oh, the internet, dude. The memers out there, man. They kick ass. They keep the world going around right now because you could just
the only things that keep me sane right now.
When the memes make more sense than the fucking news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Like I don't.
Instagram. I hate what's about to come out of my mouth right now. Instagram is the new like Roman forum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that is where.
Yeah.
For the most
Should
part.
we speed run how fast we can find someone die on there?
Oh, you had to tell what happened on Friday when we did that.
That was so bad. Literally, open the app, first video, Arab dude wearing a turban who has Down syndrome, waving a gun around, open room, like just in front of people.
I didn't know they had those over there either, though. I didn't
know
it was possible.
I didn't know they could do it. I thought they had clean enough genetics.
Their option to have that for there. That's nuts.
Oh, first video. I mean, let's see what we get now. Let's see how many scrolls we get.
That was insane. Start the timer. Go. First video. Instantly, someone got shot.
Let's see. First video. Running from the cops while on Facebook Live. Let's see. Oh, that guy's getting tased.
Okay.
Beat by a dog.
Keep it going. Keep it going. We got the timer running. Let's find it.
Oh, goodness. Oh, here we go. And blurred video. Seems to be a storefront. And someone gets pinned between a wall and a car.
There it is. That qualifies.
That qualifies. Yeah, they didn't make it out.
Someone's internal organs just got turned to mush.
They may be alive for the remainder of the video, but
that's okay. The community's still safe with that out there.
Yeah.
The gun on my rug was definitely more dangerous than that.
Yes. Hate speech.
True. Hate speech. You know what? That's fair. I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, guys just have hobbies.
Yeah, God forbid.
No, your hobbies are looking at half-naked dancing teens on TikTok. That's your only hobby you're allowed to have, and you'll be happy while you eat bugs.
Yep, eat bugs.
And can't afford a house.
Can't afford a house. What else did they come out with recently? That Dignify AI. Speaking of naked chicks on Instagram.
Is that the Taylor Swift AI?
No, it is an AI that you can. I think someone owns it, and it's just an account. But if it's on Twitter, it's Dignify AI, and what they do is like someone like a porn star or. Like, for example, everyone's seen the black dude sitting on the bed with his dick hanging out over.
It's classic.
Classic one. It took that picture.
This, by the way, I'm terrified to try this.
Oh,
I'm just holding on to
holding it for conversation.
Coke if you want.
But they took that picture of that guy sitting on the bed with his dick hanging out, and they put him into like a nice like cream suit, so he wasn't like all naked. And then it took like this other like fully tattooed OnlyFans chick and like put her in like a Sunday church dress, and they're all noticeably more attractive. Like, believe it or not, it's like you cover up a little bit more. I got more I got to take off, so I'm a little bit more attracted to that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like it's a pretty and it's right now the account is ratioing these girls' posts. So when they're posting like half naked, if they're not like a huge name like Kate Upton or something, whoever they're hitting with it, they're ratioing the person who posted trying to promote their OnlyFans with a picture of them more covered and more appealing. Which is kind of wild. It's almost like the manosphere actually has a little bit something to it, regardless of some of the crazy stuff that they do spout that's toxic.
Splash of Coke. I know that's like just a sip. My high school taste aversion apparently is still very much a thing.
Everyone's got the one that they just can't do it.
Just to put that thing down because spice rum is the bane of my existence. I saw brown. I was like, let's see what that Kirkland bourbon tastes like.
Kirkland bourbon is good. Oh, really? They do their half gallons get cheap every once in a while.
Here's a fun fact: if you're stuck out of the country and you lost your passport or you can get back in with a train. You can get back into the country with just a Costco membership card and just a credit card with your name on it.
It's good to know.
Happened to my dad in Panama. He's coming back. Bag was stolen. Passport in it. He had in his pocket with his phone just like 2 cards. Had his Costco card and a credit card. Explained it to the TSA people. They took him in the back, asked him a couple questions, made some calls, and said, "Yeah, you're good."
Wow, that's nuts. You can also go to the U.S. Embassy and get one of the fancy red ones.
True. Yeah.
I want a fancy red one.
You have to first lose your passport in another country, make it to the embassy, and then you get one that lasts. I think it only lasts like till you get back, and then you immediately got to get a new one.
Renewing my passport. I'm a little irked because back to the whole immigration thing. I'm seeing signage pop up at airports where these people can just hop on planes without photo ID.
You're kidding.
We don't need it to vote.
Yeah, but we're talking about just jumping on planes. I had to take my shoes off to go on planes, and these people can just hop on an airplane if they got a ticket.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
The TSA agent will ask you some questions. You know, if you have like some sort of like number identifier card or some sort of card from the country you came from, show them that, and they may want to take a picture. You can opt out of the picture, of course, but like they can just fly wherever.
Yeah, it's what is Tim Pool posted that he saw like they had like 3 or 4 full planes come in full of immigrants, like when he was visiting Chicago.
Yeah,
like his Uber driver's like,
dude, Chicago. You know what actually might happen? Drop them all in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if they actually start doing stuff about what's going on over there to make it more homey for them, or if it just continues getting worse.
It's just Glock switch style musket battles.
Ideally, it just continues getting worse, and then Chicago just falls because I really don't like us.
Chicago has fallen.
Chicago's been falling.
It has fallen. I mean, my God, the guy,
Michael Bay, come on, make the movie.
You look at the mayor they had there, and you're just like,
Lightfoot.
Yeah, you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, another DEI hire.
Voted hire.
Like, she was a 2-for-1. She was gay and black.
Oh yeah, gay and black.
Wombo combo.
And look how that city turned out.
It's not good. Not good. They almost have a.
Thank God ours is just a woman. Imagine if she was any worse.
Make it a woman and make it gay.
That's such a good South Park episode. It's amazing.
Oh, they're so on cue with everything.
It is. Well, you see that Disney's like gonna fuck up Star Wars even more. If I didn't even know that was possible. And they hired some Palestinian, Iranian, I don't know, some Middle Eastern feminist chick.
Ceasefire Gaza.
Who has like literally in all of her interviews, she's like, I like to make men uncomfortable and put strong female leads in roles, and we're really gonna change up Star Wars. And I was like,
good luck.
Your whole like little series thing that you guys ran with like Rey and all that, like it fucking sucked and nobody liked it because
no one did.
You did that and then you just started leaning more into that. Like, why?
Doesn't work.
It was a shitty story to begin with.
Fun fact, DuckDuckGo is owned by Google now.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I believe it.
So
brave.
This is hilarious to see an ad. This is such a Fox business ad though, to show like DuckDuckGo doesn't look at your data like Google does. Download our app, use our browser, boomers. Save us as your home.
I've been using Google since I was like 12, so like I'm 23 now. It's too fucking late.
It's too convenient.
Dude, Google probably knows my dick size.
Yeah,
I know everything. They're fucking. They're in like if unfortunately we all grew up probably with parents that were a little naive to what tech would be. With the probably everyone in our general generation is going to have.
Mine were on the right side of history. I was too big of a pain in the ass and made them let me get like Facebook and have a phone and everything. I was like, all my friends have it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably not safe. I was like, no, it's cool, it's cool. And now I'm like on their side. I was like, why'd you give me a fucking phone?
I didn't need it.
My dad got a degree in computer science back whenever computers would have, it would have taken this whole room to run one website.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say they were just like, yeah, do whatever the hell you want, but by now it's like I know Facebook is it and Google. They know every house I've lived in and what schools I've gone to, the whole 9 yards.
If you're pregnant or not.
Yeah. Well, relationship status.
Now it's 2024. You could be.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. I got that stupid shot 3 times thanks to DOD.
Well, you can definitely get pregnant.
Oh yeah,
you definitely. Yeah. You might even start menstruating.
I might die before I'm 30. Thankfully, it's still there.
How strong is the 5G signal on your phone?
Not strong enough.
It wore off. You need another booster. Boost the signal, dude.
Boost it until your eyes start like separating. Your iris of your eyes starts separating into signal patterns.
What is crazy though? So, have you ever bought like a white pages report on somebody before?
No, I don't want to. No.
So I never thought it worked. I always thought it was just like a way for them to get your money. So when I sold my first car, which I still miss to this day, 2005 Mustang GT convertible, is beat to shit. This is the first generation of the Mustang when they went back to that retro style body. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sold on a marketplace. Gentleman from Indiana drove all the way from like, I don't know where, I forget the city, but he drove up a couple hours, checked it out, drove it home. Did the deal, signed the paperwork, all that stuff. I go back upstairs to look at just like something or whatever for work. And I'm looking for the accordion that I stuffed or thought I stuffed the cash in, and I can't find it anywhere. I swear I put it on at the counter. The money's gone, and I'm going through my head. I was like, "There's no way I put the accordion with the money in it on the passenger seat, and it's now on the way to Indiana. Like it's gone." And so I already marked the thing sold on Facebook Marketplace. And when you do that, the chat that you had with the person closes.
Yeah.
I don't remember his last name. I can't find him on Facebook. The only thing I had was like a license plate number from his car because I happened to just think I'm gonna snap a pic of his license plate.
Yeah.
While he's driving the car with his wife, I snapped a pic of his license plate. Find first name, last name. Okay, now I can do some more digging. Do some more digging. White Pages comes up that we have several cell phone numbers for this guy and his family members. Okay, I'm buying the $8 White Pages report. I get my 10 grand back from selling this car. Like, okay, at this point, I'm like about to throw up. I'm so sick. I'm so wound up that I just gave this car away for free. Calling through like the 5 numbers, nothing. All getting like busy tones or just nothing. Finally get to one. He picks up. He's got the top down. He's on the freeway, and I'm actually talking to the fucking dude. I was like, "Hey, I just sold you the car. Can you look on or under the passenger seat? Is there like a black folder?" Knowing damn well if there is and he found it, he's not going to tell me. He's like, "No, there's nothing. Of course there's nothing. Okay, thanks, whatever." I'm just fucking beyond myself. And then I finally finding it. I put it on like a bar stool and put something on it. And so prices started. But to this day, that was 4 years ago now. I get updates on this dude whenever some like public record gets updated. He's been convicted of like 2 misdemeanors since. Like his address changes, new phone numbers added. It keeps updating me, and I don't have like a reoccurring payment. It just keeps telling me, "Hey, this guy's a fucking felon now. Hey, this guy's a new kid. You want to try him too? This guy's bugging. Look at this dude."
Oh my, he's bugging. He looks like an even more methed out version of what's his face, Danny Brown. But funny thing about White Pages is, did any of you guys have like a Water Wars in high school? Like a senior thing where you try to find other seniors?
They never let us.
So everyone was trying to find people's addresses. I charged like $5-10 an address because I would go on. Nobody knew about White Pages back in like this was 2016 time. You didn't have to pay then, so you just search last names, and it was like yellow pages.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just literally look up a last name, you get address, phone number, like the neighborhood phone book. Like if you wanted to call Mrs. So and Smith down on 13 Mile and whatever, you just look up her name and her phone number would be there. Well, so let's just say I made some decent money, and there were some brutal ways some kids got some other
Dude,
kids
that's
out in the water
insane.
wars doing that. But yeah, you're able to just look it up.
I had too many people. I mean, I didn't have too many people that lived in my neighborhood, but I do remember I threw a couple parties, so a lot of people knew where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. There were more people in my house than I remember.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's never good.
oh, it wasn't because I found out the hard way. Ring door camera microphones are the most sensitive thing. Like you could hear the music I was playing in the basement and in the back of the basement. Playing like it sounded like you were just standing in front of the fucking microphone playing on your phone. That's how sensitive that shit is.
It must hit
You
up
could like
3M.
pick up the fucking like conversations going on.
I'm
It's
sorry.
insane.
Zoom needs to find a way to make their playback less threatening. They could be the most innocent thing on your porch, but whenever you are woken up by a notification that something's there and you open that camera, it always is fucking terrifying, no matter how objectively not, threatening
Dude.
it is.
I don't have one. I could imagine looking up and
Like just
seeing
watching the
some
footage of
dude.
people's phones. Like if I rolled over and checked that in the middle of the night, I'd fucking shit myself. Like every single time. My favorite one. My brother sent one to me. He was leaving a party just up the street over here, and this chick had like a Ring doorbell, and he decided it's like in the summer. It's not in the winter. He's in like shorts and like an open like Hawaiian shirt, and he decided that he wasn't gonna wait for like an Uber. She's gonna walk or run home. And it is the most found footage, unhinged thing ever. The screen door just flies open, and this white dude is just full on sprinting off like the porch, just in a full on like sprint down the road, just disappears out of frame. I was like, any other camera, it'd be funny, but on a Ring doorbell camera, it would just look like Bigfoot trying to get out of frame. It was so funny.
I probably got a couple Ring doorbell videos of me walking around my neighborhood in night vision. Wearing my head, like just walking around.
Like if you go that way to the park, when you try to get to the freeway, I walked around that park and that sidewalk with that on.
Oh hell yeah!
Just lumber out. Like I got like a little dog area back there.
Yeah.
Just kind of look around the dog area.
That's fucking sick.
Speaking of night vision, we got to check the Ferro Concepts Roll 1 versus the $22 Amazon knockoff.
Amazon.
Let me feel the real one, because the size. Oh, you actually have stuff in it. Yeah, I've just been testing out whether I like the location. I haven't filled it yet. The size looks to be the same.
Yeah.
I've heard the Amazon one's like smaller, but this is the same size, at least from what I can tell.
See, I think they only have so many pictures of it on the website.
There's not much to look at.
Yeah, no, it's just that like one picture of the dude climbing into the truck or whatever.
And you're like, that's badass. I need that. They made such nice kid. Nice kid.
And so,
for sure.
It looks pretty big in that picture, but then, I start to like think about it after I opened it up. I was like, well, this guy probably wears a size large. I wear a size small. So that thing is like the same width as.
I didn't take it off. My plate carriage is too big of a pain in the ass to take off, but I think it's roughly the same size.
Yeah, the same size. Yeah.
I think the Ferro is definitely like top to bottom is a little bit wider. Like if you hold it up to it, it looks like this length from here to here.
Mine's velcroed up pretty high.
Oh yeah, so
that's why.
Yeah, no, they're roughly the same size.
We want to just look at them under night vision to see how bad the Amazon one's going to be. But I think if somebody doesn't want to justify dropping however much that is.
70.
And
70.
Really, your only time you're up against someone else with night vision, you're probably dead.
They sell like the actual.
And also, it's like it's on your back, so like
it's so much nicer.
Yeah.
It's literally like a lumbar support, like when you're driving.
Oh, yeah.
Because my iPad used to be just on the back of my belt. I have it on like my 5 o'clock, 4:30, so I can sit down. Okay, it doesn't really fuck with that, but like that, it's more comfortable almost to have. If I got to drive or sit with that.
Yeah.
I want to say mine's front, but I also have secondary admin pouch at the bottom of my plate. So it's like I have mid back, lower back, and then I have a top like center back, which is where I keep like splints, like the stuff you're not usually grabbing for, fire blankets, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it definitely would add some support having there. I've never even thought about doing that with
whenever
it.
you get like the pre-packaged like NAR kits, like the one I have here. Like this thing is hard as a fucking rock.
Yeah, I grabbed that. I was like, there's no give to that.
Yeah, not at all.
I was just gonna kind of assemble my own, sort of like with the IFAC I have.
I do have a vacuum sealer if you ever want to get it all vacuum sealed once you get everything together.
Yeah.
More of a Ziploc freezer bag kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Just take a straw and shove it in.
Yeah.
Literally though, yeah. That's what I did for the batteries in my helmet.
I should have brought, because I think I have the Amazon, the belt IFAC where it's just the pull out, which is like the Ferros. I should have brought it. We could have tested against that as well, which is OD green versus multicam versus FDE.
My skill level is well below having to worry about glowing under night vision.
Yeah, my skill level is
it's good. It's a good test to know.
Yeah,
but as far as like look, feel, size go, like they seem to be pretty identical. I'm not by any means saying don't buy the real thing, but
just do what fits your budget.
This is a consumer report. That's all.
Yeah, we had special operational forces get taken out by rolling block rifles in Afghanistan. So it comes down to what you train and everything like that. Like, yeah, they may see your pack glow, but you could have invested in some cheap Amazon thermal at the same time, and you saw them 200 yards before they saw you.
Things are going. Like, I think digital night vision is going to be really good.
It's going to be really big. I think every car is going to have it in the next 10 years. Every car is going to be able to have the ability to, without lights.
The new Jeeps have thermal.
Yeah, thermal. Yeah. I think the thermal kit for my truck, if I wanted it, I get a little 6-inch screen above my dash, is like $600.
That's
it is, I think, like it can't see as far, but that's not what that thermal is meant for. That's meant for driving pitch black. I could see if there's people coming up on me leaving. I could see a fire from probably a couple hundred yards away. Like that's the advantage. Like as a civilian, civilians really should have thermal because we're not engaging. It's not our job to engage. But if we're in a protective shit hit the fan scenario where like, hey, we've established where we're at, the people that made it, we have food, we have this, we need to keep people away. You can keep people away better with thermal than you can with night vision.
I would just love just like a little like QD, just like thermal like window almost just throw.
Oh yeah.
Because the other thing about thermal is obviously it's heat signatures and shit like that. Your second thing is, you're not always seeing people, but you're always probably seeing animals of some kind. And, observing animals could do a lot for you. Like, you can tell whenever, like, a squirrel's just roaming around versus, it's on the move in a haste. Or, like, a coyote or something. And, animals tend to stay away from people. So you might see the animal scurrying away before you're going to see a person.
It's a good thought,
Yeah. And I have through electrical, I'm part of a team that does advanced electrical testing. So we basically go up to a building, thermal imaging. On top of thermal imaging, we do arc flash studies, all that. But thermal imaging is, if you know how to use a thermal camera and use it properly, you can see through walls because your heat signature will radiate onto the wall you're standing next to, and give it enough time, it will come through. Like one of our things we had to do to get our certification through the class I took is it was a paper bag that they put a candle in, and then they put different metallic objects in it, and we had to figure out what those metallic objects is because they absorbed heat. So through a paper bag and an image camera, I knew there was a paper clip, a dime, and a penny in there. It was that distinct. I saw the head of Lincoln on the penny through a bag, and I knew, hey, that's because it's thermal imaging is, if you know how to use it, is an incredible force multiplier, especially if you could do more customization than just, hey, I need to focus and zero on something. They have some of the cameras, what they do is they take a visual image of visible light, and then they take the infrared image and then a thermal, and they layer them on top of each other. So you can actually, let's say you have a camera that scans an area and it has all those 3 wavelengths being picked up, you could then go through saying, hey, we think something happened that camera 7 saw that has this technology. You can go back through, check thermal, check IR, and check visual. and you can find people much easier than you can with any night vision or anything like that. Its thermal is a nutty technology, and it's doesn't get enough respect. And I went and bought night vision before I bought thermal, but like thermal is definitely going to be in the rotation because it's as a civilian being well prepared is not necessarily engaging in fights, but avoiding fights. And if you could see someone ahead of time under thermal, you're eating another day. You're alive another day. So
what's that one that's been on sale at PSA for a while now? It's like $400.
Oh, the sight mark.
Is it a sight mark? I don't know. I just see it.
I'm actually an Echo 3 giveaway right now. Let's see how many spots are left on it. If I win an Echo 3, immediate consignment, tube number 2, even though I just said all that shit about thermal. Got 8 spots left, $3,200 scope. If I can get it for $40, that'd be killer. Immediate tube number 2.
Why is it that when I search thermal, the Keltec KSG 12 comes up?
Because after going off, if it hits something that can create a large thermal pattern.
Gonna Jackson Pollock your thermal.
Just what do you see in said image? Oh goodness! Aim for the pelvic area.
There's a lot of thermal on PSA. I don't know.
I think it is the sight mark. I sent it in the chat recently for the one guy that was going down south.
So I do. Okay, I've seen the sight mark Wraith before. That's not the one. It's a much more compact optic I'm thinking of now. I think it's like a 3x.
Is it for sure sight mark?
It is sight mark. Sight mark Wraith 4K Mini.
Yeah, they have the Wraith Mini, and then
for only $450.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, if you throw that out, like that's a great.
Oh, the Wraith Mini's digital night vision. Ah, okay. I don't know why I thought it was thermal.
Okay.
My bad.
But even then, the thermal sight mark makes isn't badly priced at all. I mean, you go do a fucking badass home defense recce build, like property defense more than anything, like an 18 to 22 inch AR with the thermal on it. You shoot those. What are those rounds that are super light, but they're moving at Mach fuck? They're like, I think they're 42 grains. They're 42 playing hollow points out of a 22 inch barrel or 18-inch barrel are moving at Mach Jesus, and they are some of those round like. Okay, yeah, I got 30-odd 6 level 4 armor penetrating. Yeah, you ever seen a 223 moving at Mach Jesus? They don't give a fuck about your plates.
That's gonna go.
Yeah, because everything
like 42 grain, 45 grains with the polymer tip. Hunting. Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, then you just do the non-hollow tipped ones. That's going through a level 3A plate.
Yeah,
because of the pure you have a lighter bullet, but it's moving so much more fast. So that energy transfer is insane. Like it just it's like you get level 4s. The reason why I think civilians should have level 4s is because your neighbor in the hunting rifle he hasn't zeroed in 12 years is fucking. I'm gonna aim above your head, buddy.
And I know it's going down.
Yeah. Little did he know his sight's off 12 inches. Hasn't shot it in forever.
The guy whose property we shoot at today came out and he dude's a contractor, so he gets paid in guns like every other job.
Oh, nice.
Dude's got some insane historical pieces people have given him. But he's a big hunter, huge hunter. He is like ported 700 or 7mm Win Mag.
Oh, hell
barrel, like came loose. And that was enough for him just to say I don't want it anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna swap the sight over. It's like the 300, and then you can just I'm just gonna give you the 7 Win Mag. I was like, fuck yeah, okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Ported 7 Win Mag and then put a thermal on that. I think that fuck.
I think the modern Cowboy should have a 44 Magnum, the Taurus one with the pick and tinny rail on top. Just put a thermal on the top of it. That's the modern Cowboy, dude.
It's going right on the Rhino. I'll put it right on the Rhino.
Jesus.
I do like how Taurus was like, here's a more affordable Rhino.
Yep. My coworker actually just won the Taurus Raging Hunter, that like 8-inch barrel one or whatever it is with all the Picatinny on it.
8-inch is wild. The 6-inch Rhino feels like a fucking cannon.
Yeah.
It's got a
not just by holding it and looking at it. The recoil is almost more manageable than like a 9mm recoil. Just the way that thing's engineered, it's crazy. But that's a big fucking gun.
Oh yeah. He's never even shot I think he may have shot wheel guns before and stuff, but I was like reminding him like, hey, big barrel, 1 round your first time shooting it. I was like, that thing, you will tense up so quick, and like and then you just turned your head into a cereal bowl. Like you got to be careful with revolvers. That's every FUD ever tells every woman you need a 38 special revolver,
357,
or 357, and then no, you sexist, you motherfucker. They can handle a striker fire pistol.
One of the same guy whose house we shot. I think the episode where I first explained this lost the lost tapes, but he's the guy, you go far enough north in Michigan, you're in the dirty South.
Oh yeah.
Always has a story to tell you about his family or interactions with other people, and they're never happy stories.
No.
And always riddled with profanity and racial slurs and everything. So typically it's really only me, my dad, and my brothers who go. Sometimes my mom comes and shoots, but we all know him because good friends with my dad. I brought good friends there recently, and I had been like, okay, here's the rundown. Here's this guy's deal. I don't know if he's home. Usually he's not, but whenever he is, he's going to come out, he's going to say hi, and he's going to start talking. And when he starts talking, just a heads up.
Anything goes.
Yes. My friend at the time, they talked some shit, said just an absolutely horrific tale of when he was locked up in county with some other, the more diverse crowd, I think we'll just leave it at that. And the last time I brought my girlfriend there, same deal. She's been there once before, he wasn't there. Second time he is. And then I am just so quenched when he comes out and starts talking to us. And he's actually he's keeping it together. Very polite. He's doing a great job. I was like, we might make it out of this alive without a weird interaction. And then as he's like concluding, he's like, it's good that you're out here, shooting, everyone should know how to shoot, everyone should own a gun. He's like, do you own a gun? She's like, no, I don't. He's like, here's why you need a gun. And they're like, this is it. I knew
know where this is going.
Like, this is fucking it. And then he just goes, no one raped a 38. And then he said, no one ever raped a 380. And then he just walked away. I was like, God damn it. We almost made it out.
We almost made it out.
Nobody raped a 380. I was like, really?
No.
380? I think you just assume because she's a chick she needs a 380, but shooting 9 just fine.
Yeah. There's not really much justification for 380 in my opinion.
No, or 5.7.
No.
I see those both pretty similarly.
They need to make 5.7, whatever that round is, make like the 300 blackout equivalent per pistol.
Yeah.
Something fat, moving, kind of slow. You're really not doing anything past. Like, you can't really do much past with a pistol at 50 yards.
But armor penetrating.
Yeah, like, not armor penetrating, just like something.
Well, that's what 5.7 was designed to be.
Yeah, it was designed to be armor penetrating and all that. I mean, it's a fun fucking round to shoot. I mean, not many. It's like, not many times you could take a pistol and aim out 100 yards and hit the plate. Like,
that would be fun.
That's a lot of fun.
I can see it now. Okay.
But I think if we had something that had a subsonic, supersonic variant, had good ballistics, was kind of more like the 223 or like the 5.7 turned into a 300 blackout variant, I think that could be something pretty cool. I think they could do something with that. But it's like, what do you neck? Like, could they actually just take the 223, neck it down to, I don't know, something like. I feel like they could do it.
That would be a wild.
Come on, PSA. Yeah. I know you want to.
Yeah. Stupid, right? Just it's something that like really does nothing past 50 yards. But like if it's hitting like 8.6 dozen 100 or like 300 blackout doesn't like that 25 to 50 yard range, but we're talking a handgun. And you're going to get capacity way up because you have a real skinny round, but I feel like they can come up with something. I mean, I'm not a ballistics engineer.
The projectile in like those larger, like the 357s or 38 specials almost, make those a little pointier.
Yeah, or take the 5.7 up the twist rate.
Make it a little pointier. I think that'd be interesting.
Oh, yeah. There's so many cool rounds they come up with, only if we had limited money. I mean, what does the FBI shoot? They shoot some weird thing for their. They shoot, I think, an 11.5 inch shooting like a 66 grain or something funky.
What?
Yeah, they did a study to where they were like, because you had 77 grain out of 11.5, or you had your 62. They added like 2 to 4 grains or took away 2 to 4 grains off the base cartridge they were working with, which I think was or not cartridge, projectile grainage, which was the 62, and they found that coming out of 11.5 inch barrel, they were getting better stopping power above 300 yards than they did with the 10.5 shooting a 77 or the 10.5 shooting, I think, the 62. I think they were shooting, it was like a 66. They've like found the middle ground. They were like, and it's classified. Like, you can't find the study, but I wish I remember the podcast I listened to it on. But basically, they're finding that, like, yeah, you shorten the barrel up, add a couple grains, and you don't go too overboard, you don't go too underboard, out to 300 yards, it's fucking. Which kind of makes sense. It's like, hey, if you don't go quite to 77, but you're packing like 77 powder behind it, and it's getting out there, you might get something interesting coming out, especially when you start to reach those 300-yard engagements, because it's going to carry a little bit longer, and that stopping power is also going to carry a little bit longer. But the IRS also buys hollow points, so
yeah, they do.
This guy's about to light up a Swisher Sweet in front of the cop. That's wild.
And then in a Smurf tee.
In a Smurf tee.
No shoes too.
No shoe booing.
Jeez.
God, the grizzlies. That's my favorite animal. I wish I could come home and like just have a grizzly bear as a pet. We just sit down, have a nice crisp bush light.
I wish I took.
He goes and gets me a salmon. We cook it.
Wish I took a picture of my buddy's house.
He's got a grizzly bear.
His dad shot and killed the 5th largest.
Oh yeah.
I think ever like hunted.
Holy fuck! That's killer.
Office. It's like
it's badass.
Almost 12 feet, just standing up in his office.
Got to turn it into a cooler.
Well, cool part is like, so they measure like, when they're like comparing like how this compares to other grizzly bears who've been shot, like they measure the skull. And so he has a taxidermy, and then in like a shelf on the other side of his office is this fucking massive bear skull from that bear.
Damn. Bears are fucking nuts. They're cool animals. Don't ever want to come face to face with one, but
I love elk.
Elk
are fucking amazing.
They're pretty cool.
They're like a man's deer.
They're a man's deer, you hear me? None of this white-tailed pussy bullshit.
Dude,
elk are cool. Moose are sort of like the retarded cousins of elk. I know they're deadly, but like they just look fucking weird.
Dude, they're just really big goofballs.
They're freaking fucking animals.
Yeah, the elk or the moose is the running back on the football team you never knew existed. You're like, I didn't even know you played for the team. You're the center? No shit.
They'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah. Elk is also the best piece of meat I ever had. Was actually an elk that was killed in moose that was killed in northern Michigan in roadkill. It fucking just hit the head and took it out completely. Instantly killed the moose. My uncle's a DNR guy who actually, his job was to track the moose and wolf populations on Isle Royale and then all the way down below the bridge and up, whatever they can find. And they called to every stoop kitchen from the ones in Chicago to Detroit. No one would take it because it was roadkill. Best piece of meat I ever had was a piece of roadkill moose.
Been dead 30 seconds.
Yeah. They're like, it literally just hit the head. That's not even what you're eating.
Yeah.
Like, we can gut it now. You get thousands of pounds of meat, basically. Yeah. And everyone said no, so they distributed it to all the DNR guys up there. No, they don't. Just free meat sitting there. Ready, like, and better meat than, like, the homeless guy can now go 2 days without food.
That's in Colorado.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Elk are majestic.
Dude, I was 30 seconds away from sitting on the back porch. And then my mom was like, can you put the suitcase in the car? And I said, sure. Then I walked to the
grab the Bowie knife. I'm going to Rambo this fucking thing.
It's just chilling there.
Oh, yeah. Caribou are cool, too. Aren't caribou just like the... Yeah,
I was almost sitting in
cousin
that chair.
Of an elk?
It's just right on your deck.
Yeah, just right there.
That's fucking sweet.
And then just... their call, whatever you want to fucking call it.
That is such a cool
really
thing.
I love that
shit.
I love that shit.
That's cool. That beats like the mountain lion coyote sounds I hear when I'm up in Colorado where we stay.
Oh yeah.
The mountain lions are crazy,
dude. They are something else.
You can't tell if like they're dying or something else is dying. They go up,
you're like, there's death over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And at night too, like so we're staying at like my dad's brother's place, and they have dogs. And he's heard they live up in like Durango, Colorado, and literally called Wildcat Canyon, basically is where they live. And right on this top of this fucking mountain, beautiful view, but huge in the huge valley below. He's taking the dogs out. He's got a big just like torch, and he was just sort of watching the dogs, and he caught like just the glare off of like eyes at the bottom of the valley, and then he lit up like the whole like the body of the cat. And he took his eyes off like a second to see where the dogs were, looked back, and it was gone.
Yeah,
and he's like, everybody back inside. Like I was like, that's fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, they'll fucking like fall from a tree on you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that cat probably just like went up a tree, got above you guys in some way, and just like, oh, this is what they're doing down there. Yeah, no,
stay up here.
Not a fan of cats unless they're outdoors. And then you just name a Mouser 1, Mouser 2, Mouser 3. Not a fan of cats. Partly because I'm a little bit allergic. Secondly, just because they will eat you like 15 minutes after you die.
Oh yeah.
Like,
if
just,
you're hungry, oh yeah.
Yeah, no. The dog will sit there and die with you.
After a while, a dog would. I feel
but it's like it's either substantially. Well, no, it's just it does happen. But there was a lady that was hiking and rolled down a hill and wasn't found for like 2 months. The dog was still with her 2 months after, very malnutritious, but was able to eat whatever around it to survive. Never ate her. A cat would go instantly. Yeah. But granted, this was like a little Keyshawn, pocket dog.
or something.
But still, those things are more of a bastard than a big fucking German Shepherd or something you're around most of the time.
This is true, but I feel the big dog would run out of food very quickly.
Mhm.
Then you might be dined upon.
Yeah, you might be dined upon, definitely. But it will be longer than the cat makes his decision.
That's fair. Very fair observation. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we actually have a mouser in our neighborhood. I do call cats that stay outside mousers. I will say that.
Yeah.
But it is so our whole neighborhood this last year and a half houses, they're all built in the 40s and 50s, so they're finally starting to they're breaking through. The bricks are starting to hear so you're getting a little bit more rodents in than you would 10 years ago. And ever since our neighbor moved in, and she got this outdoor cat that she just puts food out every night for it, and sometimes it finishes that night, sometimes it's not. We find dead mice in our yard now. We're like, oh, they're not in the house. They're everywhere in the neighborhood now. It's that is key. That is key. To have just one crazy neighbor enough, we're I'm not putting the cat in the house, but it's gonna roam the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's been great. Been awesome.
Hell yeah.
What does he got there?
I don't know, but there's the trash bag in the passenger seat he just pulled out was full of weed. I wouldn't be surprised if this is another.
Oh, yes, it is. Not even trimmed yet.
Fresh.
Not even
Dude looks homeless. Why does he have just giant compactor bags full of weed?
Dude, what are you doing whenever you have all that to get pulled over? I'm doing speed limit, cruise control,
I'm
right
not just,
lane.
there's another Amazon, a big white Amazon delivery thing. That's crazy. Riz.
Oh yeah, he definitely selling weed. That's probably why he got pulled over. Looks like he does.
Yeah, please make this make sense to me.
He goes, well, me and Billy Nelson were.
I love how the cop's like, hey man, you have to be a Fed, right? This doesn't make any sense. There's got to be 50 pounds of dope.
That guy's undercover if I've ever seen one. Holy shit.
I completely understand.
That guy sold to Willie.
Oh,
I just know it.
Willie's gonna be pissed.
Hey, Willie, they got your weed.
You know what? Looking at that stuff, it looks like it's something he grew in the woods near where he's homeless at, and it's is driving it now just as some dude that said he'd buy it.
They've never seen pine needles in Florida. I can definitely pass this off as something you can smoke.
Definitely. We used to have a kid, the rival high school to ours, who
just sell kitchen spices.
No, he sold real weed, but he cut it with dog shit. and he got caught. Yeah.
Was he just selling it to like?
He wouldn't sell like to all the kids. He didn't sell them nugs. He would sell them like ground up bags. So he would grind up like a gram of weed and then put like a gram of dog shit in there and then grind it up. He got caught and he got
to what end? Why?
human terrorism charge for it.
Holy shit!
Why? I'm confused. Why was he doing that?
Because he was trying to double his profit. So like if you
Could
had
you not cut it with literally
Oregano?
anything else, and wouldn't it
Who
be
knows?
easier on you as well to not cut it with dog shit?
Like,
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Like, dude,
This could be because they told us this in health class. This could be a story that Dare came up with, but it's like it was a known story. Yeah, you don't know what you're smoking. You be smoking dog shit. Could have been one of those like Dare stories that they're telling to tell everyone, but like they told us, oh, the high school there, our rival high school, a kid got caught doing this, so you never know what you get. Speaking of that high school, the apartment right next door to it, there was a PO drop box to where if you texted this number, this dude who was 21 would go buy liquor and drop it in the drop box, and then you'd go pick it up. Never saw the guy in my life. Never. It was all Venmo'd. It was everything like that. So we were able to get 6-packs and like 12 packs of beer in high school just by Dropbox, man. Never knew his name. All I knew was a Kick account that was literally called the Dropbox.
Yeah.
It was key.
Very few people had like a connection, but I was one of the few who was able to get a fake ID in high school.
Oh yeah,
I was too afraid to ever use it. I used it once for like prom, I think.
Oh yeah,
I had it in like junior year, and I was like, I'm too afraid to touch this thing. Prom came around, it was like, all right, we got to show out.
I found my own fake ID dealer.
Really?
Yeah. So I had one that was, I got it through browsing deep enough on Reddit. Eventually,
so when
took me to a website.
I'll decide how much of a HIPAA violation all of this is.
It's probably very redacted, but
I don't know what the statute of limitation is on this thing.
Well, it would have been not identity theft, but false identification because it was you used your real name and stuff like that. But I found this guy who I found him through Reddit. And then it took me to basically one of those like Onion Tour sites, and I bought my own fake ID through that. When Bitcoin was but I spent, I think.
What do you mean
was about like
it's still
less than 1,000 is when I got it, and basically my fake ID at one point was worth like $125,000.
What the fuck?
Whoa. That was a rough one to look at. Is when I realized, oh shit, I spent literally like 2 Bitcoin on this because I bought it when it was like $150 a thing, and I just had the Bitcoin because I already had it. And I was like, well, I already have this. I'm gonna buy a fake ID. Like I got to be a delinquent somehow. And looking back at that one day, just going, fuck. Just walking around with a $125,000 piece of plastic in my pocket.
Holy shit!
That only cost me like $300 up front, but it scanned, did all the fun shit.
Dude, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Back in ordered online from China not to was crazy.
Oh yeah. No, my guy got caught. He was American who worked at a DMV. And so he was sneaking in and fucking printing IDs, like pulling state codes so he printed his Michigans were shit, but it was Missouri's, South Carolina's, and like Maryland. Yeah. Missouri is the one I had. And it was like it had perforations that were perfect. The UV was perfect. Like so how the box scanners work, like at a casino, which is like the highest level of like fake ID or ID check you're gonna get as like average day-to-day life. They have 3 options that show up as either real, possibly fake, and fake. So the reason why the possibly fake is there for a damaged ID. So what I did is I just damaged it up front, so every time it went through, came up as possibly fake. So I was able to go to the casino under 21.
Hell yeah, dude.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Yeah. I'll make sure.
So given like my high school demographic, someone's parents owned a 7-Eleven or a gas station of the sorts, and I'd text my buddy. Dude, I remember I Venmo'd him like $100. Dude, I had to go out in my driveway at 2 a.m. This dude pulls up with the laundry basket to get all this fucking liquor, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
It was like 10 bottles for $100 of anything from like Crown to fucking Maker's Mark, the whole 9 yards.
Damn.
Whole 9 yards.
That's killer.
And then my other buddy, our freshman year, his oldest brother was probably 2 years out of high school then. So freshman year, his brother's already 21. They look the fucking same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So my homie just rolled around with his brother's old ID, and it worked every single
it was a real ID.
every single time. You put them side by side, the only difference is height. They literally look the same. Unless you take a DNA test, you cannot prove that they are not the same person.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have nothing.
It was fucking dude rolling around the UP because there aren't Asians up there. The fuck, dude. People see that and be like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Probably is.
Do my
Can't question it.
they can't.
Y'all look alike, anyways.
They're all fucking racist anyway. They're like, get the fuck out of my store. Fucking pay for it. Get out of
if you're a girl, it doesn't even matter.
here.
Dude, my stepsister had one. I looked at it. I go, it must be nice to have tits because it's literally different color hair, different eyes, different face shape. I'm like, there's no way this should pass. It must be nice to have tits. Like I would have been arrested if I showed up with that.
Glass ceiling.
Yeah, there's a pay gap.
You guys are getting paid more well before we get paid. I don't want to fucking hear it.
You're more subject to groupthink, and you can vote.
Calm the fuck down. Glass ceiling. You're fine.
Oh, fucking hell.
You start an OnlyFans, I'll start one at the same time. Let's see who blows up quicker.
Yeah.
Then let's talk about glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fucking insane. I've like 3 of the girls I dated in Florida when I was like not really. It's not really dating. It's middle school to high school, but
Oh,
they're out. They all have fucking OnlyFans
Yeah.
or they're a stripper. They
Yeah,
dated some South Florida rapper. Or
I'm sure a
South
couple of the
Florida
kids I went to
rapper.
school with too have it, but like, I'd be so afraid to look.
Oh yeah. It would not be fun. Well, actually, a couple years ago, like it wasn't OnlyFans, but a site got busted that it was a revenge porn site.
Yeah.
To where you're able to like search your hometown, and
Yeah.
it was like all dudes that would like basically be like, "Yo, can I get so and so Sally Smith's nudes?" And you would hope that someone would post them, and then like it was all just a huge revenge porn operation that got busted. I wish I remember the name of the site because there was a lot of news articles on it. You can look it up, but it was like people you never expect.
Talking about.
Yeah,
I
it was
think I
like
remember that.
people you would like. You don't even understand how they like would
Taylor
get them.
Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's probably on there. I never saw any of it. The only one I saw was like one of like it looked like it was like a lingerie edit of her like in the stadium spreading her ass cheeks. I think it was the only one I saw. I heard they were bad. I heard they were like there were some
I
very
heard they
graphic
were terrible. Yeah, I never saw any of the. Because by the time the story was like,
Oh, did you
out,
save them,
they
Mister
were
I Fight for
completely-
Taylor Swift?
If you have them, you legally have to share them with the rest of us. Put them in the group chat.
We could probably just make new ones now. Like, just go to Chat GPT and make them again. Like it.
AI is terrible.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I sent you guys that video the other day where you had the AI voice
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the what was it the Governor Abbott in Russia. They're like
Different
saying, "Oh, they're
countries
blaming
say
Russia."
different things, yeah.
Yep,
Shit's wild.
same bird, different wings.
It's
They're all connected.
Oh yeah.
All of them
They've
are
all
connected.
been
Can you imagine
going
the
back and
potential for
forth with each other.
political ads. Just in here,
Dude.
It's gonna get bad.
just in this country's political ads.
What has already been
All of a
lying to
sudden,
us.
there's just Jeb Bush just screaming the N word in his competition's ad.
Dude, you know what's probably gonna happen is someone's gonna AI the quote like suspected frazzle drip video. You'll probably get someone to AI it, and then be like, "This is fake." This, and then what they can do if this video, like, this is just an example more than anything, but if that video is real, does exist, you can now discount it all. Be like, "Oh, that's the AI version." And they can just always
Those
say,
aren't real people crossing the border. Those are just
Yeah.
AI.
They're just pictures.
"Yeah,
They're
that's what they're gonna do."
painted pictures.
Well, I think their
That
main
door panel didn't just blow off that plane. That was just an AI.
Yeah. that plane isn't having massive engine failure and is spitting out tungsten sparks and blades out the back. That's not real. There aren't 10-foot aliens. No, I'm kidding. That was a while. That shows up and goes away.
Yeah.
Almost like something did happen. Like, but who knows? I don't think we had fucking 10-foot Nephilim style fucking aliens walking around in Miami, but
Mall, yeah.
but what was happening at that time though? That were they trying to hide? Yep, the Epstein lips got dropped. You had a bunch of others, probably other things. I think that's at the same time. Hunter Biden was supposed to be really subpoenaed and showing up to court or up to his hearings. Never showed up. He never showed up. Like
you can't just do that.
Yeah, if any of us three in this room did that, we would never see the light of day. Actually, if we were in that position, they just kill us. We probably wouldn't even get that far. I mean, you have that.
Just imagine taking your laptop to U-Break iFix.
This dude's
I'm
like
the president's son. I'm just gonna walk into some strip mall laptop repair store. And
like,
oh yeah.
It's not like
hey, fix this. But those videos of me holding a gun to a hooker's head and doing blow, don't pay attention to that.
155 miles an hour in a Porsche GT3 to Las Vegas. Yeah, it's.
And then speaking of like psyops, the people who are just like, yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
dude,
or the people that still think the people Kyle Rittenhouse killed are black.
Yeah,
he killed 3 innocent black people. First of all, it was 3 white dudes. One of them was domestic abuser. The other one was a pedophile.
Yeah.
And the third one just deserved it. Like,
dude, I remember whenever that went down. Like, for a short while there, there was like the whole like 4 or 5 minute clip out there.
Yeah, you didn't have
my phone, and anytime I got into an argument with anyone about it, I just sent them a video. I was like, "You watch this."
Yeah, when
I was like, "Be like, you could skip to like like the 3 minute mark. That's whenever like things are 30 seconds away from getting spicy." But yeah, go ahead and watch the whole 5 minutes.
Show me which part. I mean, he was racist because he was like counter protesting, for lack of a better word, Black Lives Matter.
My favorite part of because all that, I think, what was that, 2018, 2019?
19 to 20.
19 to 20? Okay, so that was like my senior year.
Because you weren't supposed to be out of your house unless you had to like, pick up essential things to survive.
That's right, that's right.
The plague was running rampant.
Yeah, the plague that
unless you
everyone out.
mourning the loss of our Lord and Savior, George Floyd.
Yeah. Fucking, especially for me, the time I was in high school, things were getting politically spicy because, I graduated in 2019 and, my favorite thing was, unfortunate to say that, like, all the high school shootings and shit like that happened in that span of 4 years. The first thing I would, dude, it blows my mind how many people have a fucking iPhone or a Samsung. It takes not even 5 seconds for me to unlock my phone and open up a Google tab.
Or see someone on Instagram.
I could tell these people anything and they fucking believe it. They'd be like, I'd see stories about like, gun laws, shit like that, and fucking, just like we need more restrictions, yada yada. And I'd just be like, I could spew some bullshit and then just be like, just sound really convincing and they fucking believe it. Dude, I convinced this chick that, all handguns are on a national registry and like before, if you plan on moving to another state, like, from like point A to point B, different and like over state lines, that you had to get written permission from the ATF to have your pistol relocated in the registry.
Dude, don't give him any ideas.
Oh, they'll love that.
You have a permit to cross state lines?
No effort for me to convince this girl. I'm like, you are dumb as a brick. Like, holy fuck, man, dude. I was just saying anything I wanted. And people, like, would believe it because I went hunting for a weekend every deer season and wore camo and blue jeans. I made people stupider.
Yeah.
Than they are.
You even have, like, your toes dipped into that pool, though. It's such a... Taboo isn't like the right word, but it's such a not, like, normal thing.
Yeah.
In, like, the average person's life. that my Canadian friend, who's very anti-gun, is now about to buy a Glock, like, because we've been going back and forth nonstop.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna love it once he has it. He's gonna get an Olight Baldy first. He's gonna get
the Target Sports though.
Oh yeah.
I was like, cool, good, but
let me tell you,
drive like an extra 20 minutes. It's so worth it.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Even if just the only obviously our boys downriver Target Sport or Range USA is still closer to me than driving down there. Unfortunately, if I was any closer, I'd go there every single time. But that's like damn near 40 minutes. That's I got half the distance just going out east instead. But I will swear by Range USA is what you want your indoor range to be.
Oh, it's like the Apple Store of ranges.
Yeah, like it's exactly how an indoor range should be. Like armed range officers who will quite literally they take zero fucking
chances on safety problems.
Like it's the only place I feel like I'm not gonna get fucking shot through the fucking barrier.
At the same time, though, because I had a conversation with one, I was talking about like, am I allowed to bring shot timers in here? Like, what can I do? What can I do? Really?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, bring shot timers in all you want. Like, that's fine. And he was like, even though we say like no rapid fire devices, like we watch everybody and get like an idea of like what their aptitude sort of is. And, like when you understand you got your shit together, like we'll let you hit the gas pedal.
Yeah,
we'll
which
let
is
you
awesome.
get on if you really want to.
That one weekend I met that one guy. Like, dude, I rolled in with a Pelican case, and this RO was like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude."
Oh, they love it,
dude. We were sitting there just talking about guns and gear, and I bought an hour range time. I spent at least 25 minutes just talking to the RO.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
yeah. And now he's in the group chat.
Oh no,
yeah,
yeah. It's
who's he?
It's like line
yeah, it
dash
has the,
backspace
lines instead of his
it's
username doesn't spell out the name.
It's
but the profile picture is like a dude with duels and like a really like
it's like E / or something like that.
It's just written in lines.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's pretty active and he's been great.
Oh, is it not like it looks like? Okay, I think I know you're talking.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gotcha.
I don't want to say his name on air.
Yeah, no, very fair.
But yeah, I just sat there talking about guns and gear with him for like half my fucking paid range time, and he's like, I don't really ask this much, but like, whenever we see nice pieces coming here, he's like, do you mind if I take a picture? I was like, by all means, dude, fucking go for it. Hell yeah. Like I take that as a compliment. And, he was in the Marines for like 4 or 6 years, shit like that, and he's been great. He's a really cool guy.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I have to bless him with the Vector and the Rhino.
Yeah.
The same day.
Yeah.
Another good range, if you guys haven't gone before, is Huron Valley.
Never been.
Great range. It's I took my sister there. She lives in Arizona, but for Christmas, my brothers, I, and my father all said, "Hey, you're buying a gun. If you're living in you want to live in a border state and do all this, you're buying a gun. Congratulations." And took her to Huron Valley. Most of their staff is former police, military, all that kind of stuff, but they were not funny. They're like, most of the time when you go into a place, they're going to tell you to buy a revolver, going to tell you to do this. We want you to get the most modern gun you're capable of handling, and that's what they want you to use. And they were awesome. They have their ranges are sweet too. They have the spinning targets, white lights. They'll come flying at you. You can shut down the lights in your booth, so if you wanted to shoot under low gain night vision, like you could do that there. You got to talk to them a little bit. Yeah. But they do have 100 yard indoor range.
What?
Everything is rifle rated. They have a 25, 50, 4-lane 100. You can shoot a 50 BMG inside there. And it's connected to a bar / restaurant.
Can you fucking imagine what that would feel like?
A lot.
Oh. they better rent out all 4 lanes out of courtesy. If you're going to be walking in there with that.
How do you think the guy who was zeroing in his 22 LR fucking roller delay MP5 looking thing when I walked in with my braked 18-inch 308? He left in about 5 minutes after I just started spitting lead. But 100 yards indoors in Michigan cannot go wrong.
Like spectacular.
That's insane.
Yeah, we'll have to get out there one time because it's the training, you can even, I think, program this, like the target see whatever, to where it can be either a time turn. It will also do like my favorite. It will like come at you and it will come at you sideways and then turn like it's the guy's presenting it.
Yo,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So like one of the ones I do is the random of that, where it will half turn to like make you like say, "Hey, can I shoot you? Can I shoot you? Can I shoot you? I have no target." And then it may charge you. It may run away from you. It will do completely random scenarios, all within our 21-foot engagement distance, or what are we, 27, 21 is what the CPL holder is at. Yeah, it's a sweet range.
Damn.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Good to know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, and I went in there and I watched a dude bang 3 off the ceiling, and I turned around and looked at the RO, and he gave me just
That's like,
yeah.
He's above average. He's
Yeah,
doing
yeah. He didn't hit the chain. I don't care. Like, is
doing
all he was worried about. And then I said, I saw a guy hit the ceiling 3 times. I'm gonna rapid fire the fuck out of this, and I just let it go. That's
It is
right after I got
insane
that
to
Timmy
see
trigger.
The walls, the ceiling, like the carriers for the targets just completely shot up at these ranges.
Oh yeah. How? Yeah.
Well, actually, at CQT, they do have a G18 there you can rent. So I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. But
Oh yeah.
I think I know what I'm doing next weekend.
it's pretty hot. It's sweet.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go buy just like a fucking extended bag just to be like, I'm here
Drum
to
it
rent
up.
this gun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, drum it up.
27 rounds just gone in 2 seconds.
Or
flat.
visit Chicago.
I could go to Chicago. I'm
for the best. You can take those home with you. They're
Yeah,
free.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
You actually can get them on Alibaba.
You know how
From the
you
glowy
go
Fed
into
boy.
like any pharmacy and get Narcan for free? They just hand out Glock switches for free there.
Yeah.
easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Say less.
I think there's actually
Boys trip. Let's fucking go.
there's I think a guy from Firearms Policy Coalition who actually put together a brief about how you can possibly use Chicago's use of Glock switches as common use for machine guns. There's enough possibly there to where they can common use machine guns just solely off of the Glock switches in
Okay,
Chicago.
city of Chicago, hear me out.
About Chicago. I love Chicago.
Will that case ever go forward? Probably not, but there is a potentially arguable case there with that.
Well, we have to bring the technology to this state then.
Oh, Detroit's already got it. I think there's like 3 rappers in the last week have been arrested for Glock
We must
switches.
spread the good news. Evangelize others.
If you do not care about spending 10 years in prison and want to help out your friendly, law-abiding firearms
You only
owner,
spend 10
please
years
buy
in
a
prison
Glock
if you're
switch.
caught, So
Yeah, that's true.
Don't do anything.
just don't put
Yeah.
it on Instagram.
Yeah, there's guys on Twitter right now releasing open bolt kits for AR-15s. Like, what? Like, that's pretty wild.
I love free speech.
Yep.
I do too.
Shout out Elon, even though he may be from Mars in a plant. Okay. But
Even though his brain chip is probably going to end up killing us all. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, if we keep it regulated, I think there's some cool technology that can come out of it for sure for like people with disabilities. But
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were talking about the open bolt.
oh no, I think people with disabilities too should have an open bolt AR.
Same.
But why not?
Well, the school shooter here, the Oxford school shooter.
Yeah.
The parents are on trial now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I guess it's a national, like a big fucking deal. Like Fox, CNN are covering. So like historically, I think it's the first time someone other than the shooter could be like actually found guilty.
Yeah.
Of like, manslaughter.
Yeah. Which honestly, like I'm not a fan of the safe storage laws that are being passed.
No, not at all.
But it's kind of a thing to where it's like that law should never even had to been put in place. Everyone should know, like, hey, if this gun is not on my person or in a place that I know a minor is not going to get to it, or someone that shouldn't get to it can get to it, because we all know, like, you can put a gun somewhere in your house to where no one's ever even going to think it's going to be there, and no one's ever going to get around it.
Right.
And
someone's going to find it.
Someone can eventually find it, definitely. Yeah. But you have to have access to your firearm for it to even form its use. And it's like those parents should have never, that child should never have access. There's actually multiple things throughout that case where like that child was in the office that day spouting violence, and they never even checked his back.
That kid, I know, like that kid has he was a history of just seriously fucked up thoughts and just mental illness.
And it wasn't like that.
Like the parents were just beyond negligent.
Very.
It was like they were just deliberately shitty to the kid.
I don't know if it's still available, but he had a YouTube channel. The guy we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you were actually able to go through that YouTube channel and watch him.
Names, I don't want to give him any credit.
Oh yeah, I don't.
But I'm just a heads up.
A living piece of shit, waste of skin and bone is what he is. Just to make sure everyone was more on the newer shit we were talking
I know
about.
you,
Yep, but you were able to actually watch the loss of the innocence of that child, and
really
ultimately what it was. Some of his first videos was him, I think, like baking with his grandma on YouTube, and like him drawing, and then you could tell that was a kid that didn't get like he didn't have friends, he didn't have a lot of people around him. It's what you're seeing in a lot of like even older men. Like it's like it's the what separates a good man from a bad man is the ability to control their violence. At the end of the day, that will always be it. Is because our brains are driven to what can I do to protect myself and protect others, and ultimately what happens in a lot of these shooters is they are a lot of them, if they're not an FBI or CIA asset or whatever it is, like the truly mentally ill, I think a lot of them do think that if I go after these children or innocent people, I'm protecting them from the innocence that was stripped away from me. I'm protecting their ability to even have innocence stripped away, which is, I think, a lot of these shootings. And a lot of these shootings is just the straight up lack.
Unless you're trans, because that trans one was just after those Christian
white kids, yeah.
But he called them faggots too, which was very confusing.
Or she,
it.
Where's the rest of the manifesto, please? Thank you.
Yeah, it was very confusing. He's clearly a very mentally disturbed individual.
And it's. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's inexcusable what these people do, but there's a pattern that, from what I can tell, it seems like the people that have the power to start fixing it aren't taking advantage of trying to stop these things from happening. Like I mean,
it's not about keeping anyone safe.
No, they don't care if you. The most important, we have no America without our children, and it's our most important asset are the children of the United States, and if we lose them, there's nothing, and it's like we protect them less than anything else there is out there, and it's. There's hundreds and hundreds, and if not thousands, of good men that would take probably $30,000 a year to stand at a school and protect it. But they're not even. First of all, a lot of them aren't even given the opportunity, and there is more money than just a $30,000 a year job or $30,000 a year job to protect kids.
And even if you don't want to have like an armed guard around, and like because your whole argument is kids shouldn't have to go to school and see that, like first of all, the school itself already looks and feels like a prison. There's like no windows. It's lit like a fucking dentist office. The food blows. You don't let them get creative or have any fun or anything. So you're already going to a fucking maximum security prison, but without the maximum security apparently. So like we don't want to expose kids to that every day. Well, it sure beats whatever the fuck the alternative is playing out right now. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Like the fact that we don't even have every school, like not a lot of them do it now, but you have it to where all the other doors are locked and you walk through a single area. Why isn't that single area not turned into a straight up kill box, a box of death? Or
why isn't that glass like wired and bulletproofed?
Yeah, wired, bulletproof. Every handle in that room could be electrified to enough voltage to drop a body in a second. Higher than taser levels. Pepper balls, pepper spray, just nerve gas, just something to where if they walk into this area and they're violent and showing, even if it's a parent freaking out because they can't get their kid, you may not know what their intention is. Knock them out. Fucking hit them with pepper balls to get them to calm the fuck down.
We're dealing with like the safety of kids here. Someone understanding what that box is, like decides to cross a line.
Welcome to the box, bitch.
That's evolution. If you survive, you learn, you pass on your genes. If you don't, then that's
exactly. Like, and there's things that can be done, and that stuff is a one and paid done thing, and you can have it run off solar, and it will pay for itself back, and you're like, we can't do those things. Because every school has specifically in the northern states, has a double door system because you have ventilation that is meant it's for how buildings flow for negative to positive pressure so you don't get still air and all that. But that's why you have a double door. But that area can be turned into a kill. I think like a kill box or mostly non-lethal. Just just stop the situation there if possible. Even if you can't afford the bulletproof glass, he has. You have brick walls on each side. He only has 180 degrees he can shoot. You stand with outside 180 degrees and no one's getting shot. And it's
don't let every hallway be like 100 yards straight shot.
yeah. Oh yeah, you go to like what's crazy, and when I grew up in Florida, all the like you don't even have those options because all the hallways are outside in Florida.
Yeah.
It's a wild experience. So you don't walk like you walk outside to go to your next class under an awning. Like it's almost set up like they just build outpost buildings on a property,
cool.
and then it's awesome. But what do you do in that situation? Like there's a lot of schools that like Parkland was like that. That's why Parkland had such an issue like controlling everything is because there's no hallways.
Yeah.
So like everyone panicked out of there and no one knew where he was and caused more issues, and he was able to sneak into some hallways, out of hallways, and there's so much you can just do to fortify a school to where it doesn't feel like a dystopian crazy place that can change it. You can you can electrify every classroom door handle if possible.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking electrified like to where it's going to kill even a kid. I'm talking to where you touch that, you're going to the ground and you're not going to get back up, and you might go, "Hey,
electric like shock collar on a dog."
Yeah, it may make them second guess for just enough time to where, hey, I couldn't get into that room. Cops are already on the way. I'm going to start walking in the next room. Cops are there. It's over. Like there's so much we can do, and
it's a delay of time. You need the delay of time.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. If you're not going to have the proper people in place to put every possible obstacle in front of that person to prevent it, like even if it comes to the point where every classroom has gas masks in it and you tear gas the whole school, like like it sucks to say, like it would suck to deal with about 700 middle school students tear gas, but none of them are dead. Like there's things
as bad as it sounds, objectively, it is a better.
Yeah, like because if we're not doing anything, it's like we're gonna start spitballing even crazier and crazier shit. Like, and we got to stop having fucking children or people get famous and have careers based off the death of their friends and family for spouting like
David Hogg.
Yeah, like David Hogg. Like what the
victim weight pussy.
He wasn't even in an area to where he was even a chance the guy could have got to him in time. Like
there's no shame in people like that when it's so blatantly clear that you are not interested in actually keeping people safe or honoring the dead, that you're just sort of trampling over. You're just a fucking another political mouthpiece.
Exactly.
A fucking shell of a human being that has no problem walking over the bodies of other people. So fuck you.
Yeah.
He did say something kind of based though. I forgot
when New Mexico stuff was going down. Yeah. That like
I don't know if that was like some sort of reach over to like appeal to the other side, but then he went right back to the usual bullshit. Yeah. I was like, I'll credit where it's due.
I think he may have just tweeted something himself and someone didn't read it through first, is what actually probably happened.
Bloomberg didn't go, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? Delete that.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck are you thinking? That's
also that was another great example of enough people do something. There's a big middle finger,
or enough people don't do something like pay taxes.
Yeah, if we all just went 10-9-9 at our places.
But like even leading up to that big protest where everyone just open carried in the park there.
Yeah.
Like it really, I think a huge part of that came down to the sheriff and the police in the area basically coming out and saying we're not going to
attempt this. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's cool, and I fear that most sheriffs or head of police aren't going to put their jobs in the line like that and go, yeah, fuck you, we're not enforcing that. I thought that was extremely cool.
Like, and honestly, I hate to say it, but thankfully, Oakland County seems to be, it does lean left, but they seem to definitely be a little bit more middle ground than most, like, counties you would come across that lean left. Like, the fact that it doesn't take 6 months to get an appointment for a CPL.
True.
Like, I don't know if you know about Wayne County. Like, if you have any friends in Wayne getting a CPL, it is fucking horrible. Yeah, it's a 6 months out to begin with. And it's like, at least we can kind of get in and out and all that good stuff.
I think I got mine in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I got mine really quick. I took the class and, dropped my stuff off at the county clerk, and next thing I knew, I had it in the mail.
Damn.
Yeah. I got it so quick, I didn't even have a inside waistband holster yet. I was like, oh fuck, I wasn't expecting this now.
No, I think the state in general is going in a not friendly direction now. the
UP might
purchase laws
secede.
changing this
I
month.
hope they do.
That there's been so many talks about like yellow and red flag laws down the
Yeah.
pipe too coming.
Those are just scary because people don't understand what it actually entails to red flag someone. You basically remove their rights as an individual.
Yeah.
And okay, it's the firearm right that some people may not agree with. Imagine if you were just told, "Hey, we heard you in private said something, so we're now going to get rid of all your social media." You have a business that may run off social media. It's gone. That's what they're doing. There's no due process. There's no nothing. And the people that should be red flag logs, cough cough, MSU, and they don't. Like,
Yep. Or it's no different than saying like, "Hey, your buddy says like you're an unsafe driver, so we're taking your car keys and your driving
yeah,
privileges forever."
forever. Yeah,
Forever. Yeah, it's not safe to
because
be on the road.
the process to get them back, even if you're proven innocent of red flag, is you're still going to have to go through every hoop,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks.
I've
But
kind of come to terms like I got to move.
yeah,
Yeah. There's not a lot. I mean,
Texas seems to
I
have
think
no problem seceding if they need
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I feel like
they do have their own power grid, but no snow plows. But they do have their own power grid.
I'm so used to the snow, I'd be able to
yeah.
suffer.
That's the thing. It's not that you are. It's
That's
everyone
I know,
else on
it's
the
everyone.
road.
It's
It's like you're like doing 40, and they think they could stop in 60 feet, and they just boom right into the back of you.
But yeah. Oh well. Also,
Oh,
if I
yeah.
don't have to deal with another winter, fuck it.
Hell yeah. But the thing is, Michigan is at the end of the day a beautiful, badass state. It sucks that we have three blue dots. We have Lansing and Flint. Let's put that as one. Lansing, Flint,
You're not
Grand Rapids, or Detroit.
Why don't
Yeah,
you vote harder?
yeah,
Turn them red.
yeah. Turn them red. Yeah, turn them
You're not
exactly.
voting hard.
As they continue to mind manipulate these people into staying in these cities and getting into gang violence and whatever it is, and has nothing to do with race at all either. Too, it's
Yeah,
every
no.
one of these cities has the same story over and over again. It does not matter the race creed of any of the individuals inside. It's because they're using the same tactic on every single city.
It's like so transparent out to the point where like it's like repetitive. It's so redundant and blatantly obvious that they cannot do anything, but they're
Yeah.
essentially creating this cycle where like they're creating a need for themselves.
Mhm.
And since people aren't allowed to take any matters into their own hand, take the New York subway and Penny choking out that guy, like your only option is to vote and ask for the state to do more things, and it only gets worse, like at Chicago.
Yeah.
And then you keep on going to the state, like do something, yes, do whatever you need, like fix this, take whatever, and it just keeps going on and on and on. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And it honestly, a lot of what we see now in these inner cities started with the war on drugs. Is you had disproportionately, and because these cities did have a higher portion of minorities in this area, whether they're black, Mexican, whatever they are, they created harsher penalties for drugs, which caused the father who may not that doing crack or whatever was a good thing, but it started with weed or something. The father came home, smoked a little weed, and then maybe went out for a walk, and then he stop and like search things.
Searched,
yeah, and you have a joint butt on you. You have paraphernalia. You are now going to go away for 10 years, be away from your children, all because you wanted to get high for a little bit and go for a walk, or go get fucking KFC or McDonald's, Wendy's, get some food and just go back home and chill out. And that started, I think, a lot of what screwed over a lot of these cities was the war on drugs, and then the also simultaneously doing what they can to keep people in those areas. Like one of my ultimate goals, if I can ever get to it, is because I'm in the trades and I am an electrician, is I've learned so much that as a skill, I know how much my skill's worth and how much I can make money wise on it. If I could go into a city and pull these kids that may be on the verge of joining a gang or going down a bad route and say, "Hey, I can show you how to make clean, good money that has no cap." Like you go to college, you get told you can make this salary and you're going to cap out of this. You learn a trade, the sky's the limit on what what you're capable of, first of all, and secondly, how hard you want to work. And it's, I think, a nonprofit contracting business to where the main goal is to pull young men and women out of these areas to learn a skill is very important. Like my company, one of the things that I wasn't very happy when we sent a bunch of shit to Ukraine, but something that was awesome that we did is we worked with a organization out in the Himalayas that taught young women that were sex trafficked electrical, and now they have earned the Himalayan equivalent of the masters slash journeyman, and they own a business. They're able
That's
to,
sick.
and it's like
Fuck.
yeah. So it's like there's
Bro,
stuff that could be doing. Yeah. So these women that basically a lot of them started in the sex trade, probably selling their body because they didn't have a way to make money.
Yeah.
They got roped in, someone took them with them, moved them wherever they were sex trafficked, and now they are given a skill to where they never have to go back on that way of life of making money, and they have a skill. They can build community because it's women too. It's women learning how to do electrical out there. It's not men, which is crazy. And now there's actually one of them, I believe, just got her journeyman's, and now her like 14-year-old son, because obviously getting 18 there, he's now getting into it too. That and this 14-year-old son lived through all the trauma with her mom, and they were never separated. And it's like you hear stories like that, and it's like there's something to learning like a valuable skill and how important it can be. And it's like if it can do that in an area like the Himalayas, imagine what it can do for a city like Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, St. Louis, you name a city. You get in there and say, hey, we're going to teach you guys how all to rebuild this city, make it yours. You don't want to leave. You love the city, make it yours again. Like get if the people knew what it like even just a small like 15% where it's because you go into these cities, everyone knows an aunt or an uncle who was in a gang. But now let's say every aunt or uncle worked on the local hospital, worked on the local train station, or worked on the new football stadium. That it puts more investment in that community than it had before, because it really how it should be is if I should not be called from a suburb city of Detroit being called to go into Detroit to build and manufacture stuff. It's if you bring it back to the people of Detroit or any major city, the passion that goes back into that city and the importance of the community only goes up. The nuclear families are going to start popping up again because you're like, hey, like we have stability. Like there's the guy has at the end of the day, a guy having a 40-hour a week job will probably help him prevent him from cheating if he was a piece of shit that would end up going and doing it. He's not going to have the time to go do it. A lot of dudes are going to cheat because they don't have a job on their fucking line. They're going to fucking get horn dogged up and fucking like, I got to go fuck something and whatever. You get passion back into the communities. It's huge. It's the biggest thing because it's like I said, everyone knew the aunt or uncle that was a drug dealer. But now your aunt and uncle was the electrician that turned on the switch to the local hospital that saved Sidney Lou down the street after a car accident. Or like you build that, it changes a lot in these cities, 100%. And it would be a day and night difference if you just had even it just 2% of the city now gets into that and goes there, because I shouldn't be going down there to fix these buildings. It should be the people that live there. There's so much opportunity. So much fucking opportunity. Especially in Detroit. Like it's on a teeter right now. It's either gonna go right back 2008 times or it can excel. But what is it gonna do?
You're forgetting one major thing though. Those are like black people jobs, dude. They deserve to have white people jobs.
Oh yeah.
They should be software engineers. They should be stock traders.
Lawyers,
they shouldn't have to do that type of work.
Yeah.
God forbid men just have hobbies.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, for real. Such a
don't go make money. Don't do fulfilling work. Please help us achieve our agenda.
Yeah.
New twisted Marxist agenda.
Yep. Wild times.
That was great. I think you just solved Detroit and other cities. Nicely done.
Who knows? I fucking ain't running for any office. Fuck all that shit. I just think that could be a good fucking place to start. I think that is really would help out a lot, because what was Detroit built on? People moving there to work at the plants. And when they worked at the plant
twice.
Yeah. And we built it back again. Then we burnt it down again. And then we built it back. And then
we're good so far still. Yeah.
Like we're living and not the city of the workers. We're living in the city of the foreman. This area we're at right now.
Yeah.
But you go to like Hamtramck and all these cities, these close knit communities were built because you work next to your neighbor on the line. You live next to your neighbor, or you're the guy you work next to on your line was your neighbor.
Yeah,
and you knew, hey, that same guy you just went up to and asked, say, hey, do you have can you cover my shift? Can come ask you for flour that night to finish their bread they're making for dinner or whatever. You don't have that anymore either. And they also, they'd say it, based on inflation, they pay some of these jobs way too much. Like I think recently I saw $16.50 for a job at McDonald's. When I started off as an apprentice electrician, I was making like $12-13 an hour.
Yeah,
it's like you're telling me it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, and they don't have to get your order right. Secondly, the dining area doesn't even have to be open because you're not a DoorDash driver or some bullshit. Like and then the order's just never right. It's just never fucking right.
No.
But we saw this episode last night too.
They literally just own the same 5 episodes, I think. I had a thought. I forgot what I was going to say, though, to that. Don't know if it was going to be funny or if it was going to be serious, though.
It all started with great messages and horrible deliveries. I mean, it could.
Oh, well, it's been over 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
Gotten after it. And it's a Sunday. Can't wait to go to work tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck that mirror. Go twist some wires, land some wires, build some robots.
Doing tomorrow. Fuck.
Usually I'm the guy who gets bounced around fucking everywhere.
Dude.
Now, I've been at the same place for 6 months and it's been pretty nice.
Fucking that week that week, the 2 days I was working in Indiana, I wasn't supposed to be working there the second day, but no one told me I was.
But you were there.
So Thursday, Friday, 2 weeks ago, between those 2 days, I worked 33 and a half hours. 3.5 hour drive to Indiana.
Damn.
Fuck. Work 8 hours.
Sam's got fuck.
3.5. Dude, I wanted to put my face through the fucking floor.
Dude,
because I hit the next tax bracket, but I'm at the bottom of it. So, I made almost $2,000 in a week, 25% gone.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to throw my phone across the room.
I
was so pissed.
My W-2 in, and I saw what I paid in taxes last year, and I was sick to my fucking stomach. I was like, I could have put 2 down payments on a house.
Also, I'm throwing a bit of a fit here too, because I'm still working with my taxes. Why are they so fucking complicated?
I don't know.
Like, I'm just trying. I'm filing like for the LLC, and what? How is a normal fucking person supposed to comprehend excess like business losses? And there's 3 different line items for it. I'm like, there's no definition. Like, I'm just supposed to know what this is. Like,
no, dude, filing taxes.
They didn't teach you that in high school. I know
I equals mx plus b, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah,
and I've never used that since those classes.
Or what is it? You need 8 times the speed of sound to break out of Earth's gravity to go to the moon. I know that.
I was never taught that. Cool. I dissected a pig.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm never gonna use that again.
I did the frog. And then in Florida we dissected a fucking squid for some reason.
That's a new.
It was interesting. I went to sea camp when I lived in Florida. When you're in 5th grade, you had a weekend trip to sea camp in the Florida Keys, and you got to like swim with the sharks. You learned how to you basically learned how to like survive, like not survive.
Was that a school thing or Boy Scout thing?
School thing.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
So the school did it.
What the fuck?
It basically was a class to tell you how to snorkel and like what animals in the ocean would kill you.
That's sick.
Yeah, so like that's one of the educations that you get in Florida that I realize that they don't do here in Michigan is there's a lot of outdoor education. We actually had in middle school. I never got to do it because I moved back to Michigan before it started, but there was one of my teachers there was my math teacher, but her father was a former FBI firearms instructor and huge hunting family. Yeah. So they started a hunting club and they went out and did hog hunts. They went out and did gator hunts to where they got all the kids like to go like not hunt the gator, but like
what
they
do
were
you shoot a gator with?
22. No, you don't need it like most of the time. Well, because any kind of the bigger calibers, they can if you hit the wrong spot and it hits the top of their skull, it could fragment in bad time. But you're really when you're hunting gator, it's about a nickel to a $half size hole. You're not hole or circle you're trying to hit because their brain's the size of a walnut. You're just trying to hit the brain. We had a family friend who went gator hunting one time. I think he got it was like a 9 to 12 foot alligator somewhere in there. It was strung up upside down in his garage and they're getting ready to skin it. It came back to life.
What?
Because they just knocked it out. The 22 hit its skull, basically just gave it a massive concussion and basically knocked the gator out. They took it all the way home, no mouth taped because there's blood pouring out the top of its head. Yeah. It ain't moving. You're thinking it's dead. And about 2 hours later, it's thrashing, hanging from the ceiling in the barn. Could you imagine that? You and a couple buddies just got a gator. You're finishing your drinks out by the bonfire. You turn around, there's a gator swinging in your fucking.
That's fucked up.
Hurricane parties was another crazy thing we used to do.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
Yeah, basically you just get hammered in like some dude's house with the power's all out, and then the following day, all the lawns would be flooded. So we hop on quads and side by sides and tow behind surfboards behind them and shit.
Yeah,
flying
dude,
around, just fucking redneck shit.
Yeah, I mess with that.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
But at the end, like in Florida, they taught you like if you ask any kid from Florida, do you know what the stingray shuffle is? Everyone will know. And what it is stingrays will bury themselves under the stand and they listen for vibration. So if you're stepping like this, they can feel you about to step on them, so they throw their barb out to like basically barb you and sting you. Yeah. So if you shuffle, they feel it and they'll get up and scurry away before you go up. So it's like that's something you learn. Like you learn. By the way, the zigzag pattern with a gator really doesn't actually work as well as you think it does. You're better off just running straight. Just fucking run. Like don't try to trick the fucking thing. It has millions of years of evolution on top of you chasing shit. So don't even try to fucking trick it. Just run. But that there's that, and then
I didn't know there was a gator evasion technique.
Yeah, well they would tell you to zigzag, but it's like because they don't think the gator can make quick movements. Like it's gonna be like I'm gonna chase you in the exact pattern. No, the gator's gonna beeline for you, and if you're just zigzagging, you're just creating less distance. But it's not a good thing. Don't try to zigzag from a gator. And if you see an S on the lake, also stay away from the lake. That is most likely a water moccasin, and those will kill you very fucking quick. They're not very. They will kill you, but the antivenom's available. But if you can't get to antivenom, it's gonna hurt. You're done. It's not a good time. There's that. Then you got spiders and a lot of shit in Florida is just trying to kill you. So a lot of your middle school and elementary school education is like, hey, how do you not die living in this state?
This is how you don't die in high school doing stupid shit.
Yep. You ask also any Florida kid, how do you swim? How do you find a rip current or swim out of a rip current? Same as a river. It's because it's the flow's coming in and then it's forcing all the water out. It's like a river. You just swing swim against the coastline. So if the coast is going this way, you swim with the coast. Yep. Yeah. So you basically like a river, you'll swim out of it. But I've been stuck in 2 or 3 rip currents. You get sucked out like 200 yards in like 5 seconds, and you're like, "How the fuck did I get out here?" And you got to pedal back in.
That's tiring.
Yeah, a lot of kids. I think, like I was saying, Friday night, don't raise a child in Florida. Not the place to raise a kid. Right. I think I lost 2 or 3 kids I went to elementary school with to rip currents and drownings.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, here's a funny one though. So to give an idea where I grew up in Florida, is my buddy went to high school with YNW Melly.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. And if you ask any of them, that guy definitely murdered his friends. Oh yeah. So
Shit,
Yep. Well, you know the song. I think it's "Melly the Menace" or "Murder on My Mind." Yep. One of them where he says, "I shoot on school premises. I don't give a fuck." It's because he actually did. So I guess.
No way he could have. That's against the law.
Oh yeah,
it's illegal.
That's what I said.
Is he a fucking idiot or something?
Yeah, I guess so. But he was he was on probation for that when I think the whole murder stuff went down. But so what he did is. I guess some kid was talking shit like, you don't got a gun on you, you ain't gonna do shit. And so his thing is he followed him. In where this school is technically it wasn't on school property, but school premises because all of the surrounding buildings of the school property are technically still school premises. So he walked into the restaurant after school when this kid was talking shit, walked in the restaurant and just started busting rounds off into the ceiling and then left. So when in the rap song, when he's saying, I shoot on school premises, that is what he's talking about. It's the actual time he busted rounds out. My buddy also gave him a detention slip one time. He said it was a very awkward interaction because my buddy at the time actually, I think this is he is a cancer survivor. He had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah.
And so he's a bald kid a cancer patient giving this YW belly as he's blowing up on SoundCloud a fucking detention slip. Just like it's one of those funny ass moves. But no, it was funny. All my friends in Florida have all met like weird famous people. Like my buddy is a part owner at a vape shop, and he's just chilling one day. We're all on like Discord just talking. Usually on the weekends we all like talk, hang together. That's how we've been able for almost 13 years hold a relationship since I moved back. He sends us a picture. He goes, "You won't guess who walked in? It was fucking like Red X or whatever, the fucking Island Boy."
No.
Yeah, the Red X dude walked in, and he said, the Island Boy just kept asking him how good he looks. Like, is his drip cool?" So the Island Boy's just super insecure in this fucking vape shop.
Don't they do like gay stuff?
Oh yeah, they like kiss each other.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's actually incest, but. And it's gay incest.
Beyond comprehension.
And he goes, the whole time this dude is just asking me like, how good do I look? Like, do you like my drip? Do you like my bust down like Rolex and shit?
Like,
my
get the
buddy,
fuck out of my shop. You look like you just got out of recycling.
You look like you just kissed your brother, bro.
Yeah,
Get out of my
kissed your
shop.
brother. Like, but
get your nicotine and fucking leave. You're already
literally.
scarring me for life.
No,
just
he went in
staying
and
here.
he actually like to show these guys are probably not making good money or very irrelevant. Is he went in and bought like some Delta 8 fucking Budweed shit, like the legal like THC you could buy. So yeah, they're doing good, but they could have capitalized on all that shit and
That would
never have to worry about. Those are it would be funny to run into them. I'd want to run into them and just be like, "What are you like dinner? Like, what kind of NPC activities were we gonna
I
get
would
into?"
actually have to wear like tinfoil on my head just to prevent like brain cells from dying.
Yeah, they're like Havana syndrome,
Yeah.
like fucking antennas
Those
walking
antennas
around.
like sticking out of their head. Yeah, it's fucking hairdo they got.
Fucking the
You
wicks.
gotta maximize the 5G signal.
Oh, those guys are boosted for sure.
Boosted, extra boosted.
They're walking
got
boosters. They're
5G
walking
LTE.
boosters. Yeah, that's what happens, dude. They got autism from their childhood jabs.
And we got tism from gunpowder, so
But that's just cancer.
that's actually the brain cells being replaced with cancer cells, and you're just becoming more retarded.
Oh man, today I want to get rid of that EOTech so badly.
Oh yeah,
I really don't like it.
no.
No.
What do you got?
XPS2.
Just not a fan of it.
Don't like it.
Dude, I'm a Romeo 5 dude. I don't even care. It doesn't even have a night vision mode. You can't see it when it's on its lowest setting.
I'm going lead and steel.
This looks center.
Yep.
I'm a fan of just a singular dot.
Yep.
I don't like the graininess of the EOTech. I know that's not like people love it.
Dude,
people don't like it.
okay. Well,
People say you
if
shouldn't
it's
see
too bright, it fucking sucks. If it's too dim, you can still it's usable. And then you put on a fucking magnifier, the graininess just fucking disappears.
Interesting.
It's
I
fucking
used to rock a magnifier with. I got rid of the magnifier on the Jackal just because it's such a heavy fucking gun.
yeah.
I'll still hold on to it, but I don't know where I'm gonna move it to.
Because it's I mean, structurally and like historically speaking, it's a great fucking site because they wouldn't fucking use it everywhere if it was bad. But it's definitely you have to like it or you're not gonna fucking like it.
Yeah,
It's not
I've
one of
had
those
it, I've shot it for
universal.
like 2-3 years now, and I've
It's not
moved
like
it
a
around,
Glock
gun to
19
gun.
where anyone could be like, "Oh yeah, this is fucking great." It's
Yeah.
like it's either you like it or you don't.
Mhm.
Because like I hate my astigmatism in my right eye is -3.0, which was that's the cutoff for Marine Corps enlistment, and it looks like shit. It really looks like shit. But I can see just enough on the center dot, and then I have a 50-yard zero.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that center dot's good to go. And then whenever we're doing our up close shooting, that very bottom notch.
Yeah.
Under, like 20 feet, that's where I'm shooting at. So like the more I kind of forced myself to like it because as soon as I got it, I was like, wow, I hate the way the holographic is because dude, like my eyes are fucking terrible. And then, I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and I was like, wow, XPS 3-2 for 550. Dude from New York said he put like 100 rounds on it.
Oh yeah.
I was messaging him. He sent me videos. He sent me the whole 9 yards. He even sent me like a video of his like fucking driver's license shit. We actually have same birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
Not
it was
same
meant
year,
to be.
but like
Meant to be.
Same month, same day, like 20 years apart. And I bought it for him for 25% off retail. And then I was just like, well, fuck it.
Can't go wrong.
It's staying.
You got Unity mounts on that too. How do you like those?
So
you have the Unity mounts, right?
Yeah.
How do you like those? Is it? Well, it's like you don't have night vision yet, so it's like you don't quite know if.
I was a fan of because I wasn't getting risers. I mean, initially I wasn't getting risers for night vision. I was getting risers so I wouldn't have to crane my neck down.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that makes my shooting stance extremely uncomfortable. So I bought it to get that extra point. Like 6.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's like a half, a little over a half. It's like a half, a little over.
Too. I like it.
And, I bought it just so I didn't have to fucking bury my face into my gun to shoot. I could just keep posture and hold my gun up to me, and I don't have to, bring.
Definitely, yeah.
And then the Unity mounts stacked with the GVRS MOE CTR stock riser, 3/4 inch.
Clean.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. It's not worth the fucking $50 because I could definitely go to my buddy's 3D printer and get the same fucking thing, but like it is what it is. And then like I could take that stock off and put it on how many other guns I'm gonna have at some point.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck it,
Send it.
It's just one of those things where you're just like, well, I know I could get it cheaper, but given the fact, like, it's GVRS, it just who they are. It's just like I know I could run this over my truck, and like that's the only thing that's ever gonna break it.
Actually, saw a dude in a GVRS hoodie in a close liberal town to us recently, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "What? You don't expect to see that?"
They got some soft fucking hoodies, man. I sleep in one. It's like I forgot what it's made of. It's the tan instructor hoodie.
Yeah, that's the one he was wearing.
It is the softest hoodie
Yeah, it looked like
I need to on my long-term to-do list because I have a long-term and a short-term to-do list now. That's how many things I have to do.
Yeah.
On the long-term to-do list, it is donate or throw away half of all the clothes I have. Just too much shit.
I did that going into this year, and I think I definitely filled up like 2 trash bags worth of clothes. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm at that point again too.
It just sucks with my gym cycles and everything. My waistline could go from sub 28 inches whenever I'm 135 pounds and just absolutely ripped to, I have a 32, 33 inch waist at 165 pounds. And, that in itself, technically, you ask the body mass, the BMI index, it says I'm overweight, but, it's just because I'm fucking just eating a lot. Like it's all like muscle mass. Just for me, someone my size getting up to damn near 170 pounds, like it's a lot of muscle, but like it also takes a lot of fat to get up there. That's just that's just the nature of the game. Oh yeah, and that's why I have a stupid amount of Crye sizes.
Just got a ball.
He's gonna wake up and just
be like, I don't know what my waist is this morning. And then it helps with the layering too. Just a little bit. Because I didn't think about that until Rusty brought that up, and he was like, "So how does the small short or small regular fit with the if you have a base layer underneath it?" I was like, I never even thought about that. Living in a state where it gets cold for I mean, this winter doesn't count as winter. This is the warm up. If it gets cold enough to wear layers, I'd be surprised at this point. But I was like, I never even fucking thought of that.
Yeah,
like layering was like the last thing on my mind, to be honest with you. It should be like up in that tier 1, like, priority list.
Mhm.
For whatever reason, that just slipped my fucking mind.
Even just putting a inside the waistband holster on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Huge,
Yeah.
like, getting just the exercise above,
Yeah.
huge difference.
Yeah. And
Or
then
throwing an AK-47 down.
see, in the winter's my favorite because, or whenever it's cold enough to wear a
Full-size
hoodie.
Glocks and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Dude, oversized hoodie, just like outside waistband on your fucking hip. Just it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, getting in and out of the car is nice. You're not fucking taking your shirt, throwing it back over the seatbelt, and
Like, dude, fucking I need to figure out like my business casual carry because I could not make it work the other night. I could not make it work.
Yeah. There's this dude in the who carries at work, and
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Man, ballsy.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had to do. I set up your guys' event one year, and I've even just being a like contractor there. I was like, oh shit, gotta be quick.
Like, dude, I was fucking which I forgot I had this for a while, but before I knew like what Arrowhead Tactical and
Oh sure.
they have the athletic
So
carry
sick.
wear and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just had one of those little fucking belly bands, dude. That shit was fun.
So when I really started carrying that more seriously, I had the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I didn't want to rock like Safari Land.
Oh fuck no.
Because I didn't want just like level 1 or level 2. I wanted like just the most retention possible when I was on the bike, just so I didn't worry about it. Didn't want to rock outside, so I had like an undershirt like Velcro thing.
Yeah.
That had almost like a snap like button thing over too for the Glock. So that's how I carried when I was on the bike for the longest time.
Now you got those Enigma holsters and stuff where you can super deep conceal. You can keep them at chest. You can throw them to the side, front, right. I know a lot of people that carry those because they're not. They can either be holstered to a belt or they can be behind it and you can tuck a shirt in.
What was that called?
Enigma holsters. Some of them aren't light. Some of them like you can get quick shipped without a light, and then like it's a weird little light situation with them. I remember because I was looking into them for like my sister for her to get ready to carry because like as a girl she wears jeans than most girls, but it's like so she has an advantage of being able to have a little bit more where she can carry, but like if she's wearing joggers or whatever, it's like you can't. Like as a female, it's not possible unless you're really wearing jeans because everything's just so tight, it's super noticeable. So for her, she was a Division 2 lacrosse player, so she has broad shoulders, like goalie, built like for a chick, built like a brick shit house. So it's like the best way to say it, but like not overweight, not anything, but it's just like you're like, oh, you look like you were like you could get like
athlete.
Athlete, like literally that. Like I remember watching like 80-mile-an-hour lacrosse balls being whipped by her coach at her, and she's chick right off her shoulder. Like it's just like I couldn't do that. I'm good on that. That's all good.
I'm still trying to get past the description of your sister as a brick shit house.
Yeah, no, just broad shoulders. Like was a softball catcher, lacrosse goalie, just like brick wall when it came to that stuff. And it's so she has the broader shoulders, so having an Enigma up, like being able to bring it up or bring it down was a great option.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, those holsters are sweet. They do some. They're like professionally meant to like for like the casual workwear and all that kind of stuff.
I don't like the price tag, but I like the way it looks.
Oh yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah, not at all. Fuck.
Interesting.
Fits Glock 43. Yeah, that's what I need. Because, dude, I tried like hell. I was like, okay, well, I spent a good like 30 minutes just trying to like before I went to go pick her up, just trying to figure out how to make this work. And I was like, I can't fucking make this work. So I just had a cramp it in my pocket, and I was like, I'm going
Glock.
Yeah, dude, fucking downtown Rochester. I was like, there's like a 9% chance of anything even happening tonight in the event.
Very specific.
Yeah.
He crunched the numbers.
Mathematically speaking,
Y equals mx+.
I asked Chat GPT and it said 9% for the night. It did the math for me, and I was parked down the street and just it's like I said, like the chances are never zero. But I was like, this random day out of the year, I'm pretty sure whatever happens, I could survive with a karambit and a steak knife I get off the counter. And obviously I just had it in my truck, but dude, I tried like hell. I was like, I want to make this work because whenever I'd be going out with this girl, I'd be dressed in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I got to figure that out now.
It could be one of those guys that like forces the clips, and it's like, dude, your clips are showing. Everyone knows.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
I want.
You need those like
I've
super
been
low
to
pro.
dinner in Detroit like that, where like I'll put like skinny
Yeah.
jeans on, and it's not comfortable. But
No.
I'm like, there's no way I'm just rolling down to where I'm going without it. So
Yeah.
No.
and then I'll get to the car, I'll take it off, and there's just a perfect like print
Yep.
on my like side,
Yep.
where it was just digging into my
T-Rex arms.
I had to get rid of the spare
Branded.
mag pocket on mine.
Oh yeah.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah, finding a good position with it could be difficult because they have that big thick bar. I heard like
It's
you have to go
huge.
if you want to have the extra mag. I'm rocking the one with the mag carrier right now, but I heard the best way to do it is to get tier 1 if you want the extra mag carrier because of all that flex with the paracord, super adjustable. Like that's the way to
There's
do it.
plenty of adjustability with the T-Rex one. It's just the mag holder itself is just like just so thick.
Yeah, it almost you need a wedge on it too, almost like almost a reverse wedge to push it back while you're simultaneously pushing the frame
the
forward.
Raptor claw, whatever the hell they call it, just the second clip on it, and it's so much better.
Yeah, I moved mine to the front.
Yeah,
so it pushes off a little bit more, and then
if I need to carry a mag, I'll throw it in a pocket or something.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep, they had that real slick mag one that's like just a little like looks like a not even a knife clip. It's like literally just a magnet with a clip on it will go into a pocket, but it low hangs the mag off of it. So it literally just looks like a key clip or a knife clip or something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta see who carry. I want to say it was Mike Glover carries one like that.
Huh.
It would be in one of his videos or something. But do we check and see what these look like under night vision?
Yep. Let's light them up. Let's call it 2. It's 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, 2.5.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining. Sorry for blowing the last recording.
Oh no,
thank you for coming.
It's always a process. Hell yeah.
Live and you learn.
We'll have another open mic night maybe next Sunday. Get
Hell yeah.
the Madman back, hopefully, and recover
Schizo BS.
Schizo
BS.
I'll have to share a mic. I only have 3 of these, so
it's gonna be lots of tickling comments, lots of HIPAA violations, and
talk more about the
maybe 6 hours of
tunnel
recording.
Jews having sex with chickens.
Hell yep. Or synagogue.
We'll save that though for next week. It's a teaser. It's a teaser.
But yeah, we got more lore coming out. They just had that synagogue collapse.
That's right, dude.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Who would have thought that making tunnels below, big structures would, destroy the foundation? Who would have thought?
Let's get this right here. Okay, you hold that. I was gonna.
That's not bad at all, dude.
Do you want to just? See if you can record through those. Yeah. Put them side by side here. Actually, I'll bring away from this side in the corner over here. The real guy is not on the plate carrier.
Dude, honestly, okay. It's really not bad.
Noticeable difference though?
Tiny bit.
Huh.
Just a little bit.
Switch sides there, still the same. Kind of there's more ambient light towards the doorway.